All right, everybody, what's going on? It's your boy Jay Banks, back in the saddle. Another Tuesday. How you feeling, AI?
I am feeling relieved.
Yeah.
I'll say that.
You got your BTS over with, man.
Yeah.
That was that was
first
one that you
12
were
months.
waiting for.
Yeah. Getting through the August, which puts us at a full year.
1 year.
Hey, where's the those,
Right. The explosion. Yeah, I was. It's not bittersweet because we're gonna continue next month. Hopefully, yeah, there it is. Yeah,
There we go.
You know, we're gonna continue next month. We've got a few plans for it. We're gonna try to do some things, but the October when we've already announced. We're having Deuces in October. The show is announced. You can buy tickets online. We'll do an announcement on our page, but we haven't yet because we are focused on Cold Harbor. But Deuces is October 24th. It's going to be a great time. It is a ticketed event, so we're definitely excited to have him get down to what he's been doing because he's
grinding,
dude,
bro.
he's grinding. He's a busy guy, and he's working in really intelligent, smart fashion. He really works really smart. He works really hard. And he's got something to say, and people listen. So I'm really excited to have him. So.
Yeah, you know what I like, man. I like seeing Deuces a year ago, and then seeing Deuces like a year and a half ago, 2 years ago, and then seeing where he is now. And he's really he's finding his own, right? Like, a year and a half ago. It's just like with all of us. Like we're shooting the clock. We're experimenting on different things, and we've got these ideas. And, it's one thing to have the idea, but it's another thing to put it into fruition, right? To get out there and to make it happen.
Yeah. Without this, I wouldn't have been able to get to Deuces if we weren't able to do these 12.
Right,
you know
for sure.
What I mean? It's just that's what it comes down to is without the 12 previous months, this first special 6, as I call the first 6 of them, that really believed in me. Kevin McCoy, part of that, in season 10, and Rye, and Weathered Feather, and Fisco, and
yeah, you've had bangers, bro.
Yeah, Jordan Frank, and then we get to the second half and more bangers. Matt Waters crushed it.
Matt Waters, dude.
Yeah, Beloved Youth, they crushed it. Millie Oliver and the Missing Pieces crushed it. TV shows crushed it. Crushed it, man. And then we got down to the point where we're kind of getting, Matt Waters came, and then Dan and the Downlows, and then Cold Harbor to round it out to put us August to August. But without all of that, we don't get to Deuces and what's coming this Christmas.
Right.
There's a lot of things I'm excited for. We're going to do these new interview series. So, there's a lot coming, but, we had to do the baseline. You know what I mean? We had to put down a structure, and, we're here now, and it was a lot of work, and it wasn't easy, but at the same time, it was also passion-driven, so you're not really working. You're just kind of, going for a goal. You know what I mean? You're just kind of using your time with that. And luckily, my time gets to be all in one place at the store.
Yeah.
And I can do everything. I can literally multitask because it benefits everybody. It's everyone's put into this, salad bowl. We got one up there, right? So, put in the salad bowl, and everyone's kind of in this little world, and you're making it. And also, when it comes out, you're curating events. We got events coming up that are, going to kind of mold with it. And, and then sponsors are a part of it. And before you know it, we got plants, there's just a lot of dynamic.
Yeah.
And it's
it's putting all the pieces of the puzzle together. You know what I mean? Trimming the fat, figuring out what works and what doesn't, and then after a solid 12 months, you're still here and going strong, man. That's huge, especially in the music industry. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's not like you're tapped into one genre either. Each month, it's a completely different type of music. You know what I mean? It's a totally different artist on stage with a totally different feel or vibe.
Yeah. They could be even the
and a
similar
totally different
genre.
story to tell.
They could be the similar genres. They could do it totally different.
Right.
You know what I mean? We really have had some, unique sounding musicians, but some have kind of fallen in this a similar vein. I mean, the Weathered Feather had a lot of sounds that end up kind of coming back with Millie Oliver. There's all these similarities, but they're different at the same time. And then, but the take is the conversation. It's when you're talking to the artist on stage and you're asking questions, or you're learning about someone's passionate about cooking, and homie's out there cooking for maybe really high-end food, and you're when do you find time to play in this band doing all this, and then also being a chef and there's parents out there doing music and stuff. So like there's a lot of dynamic to the life. So getting to know these people as well is just as much as the musicians themselves. There's a lot of dynamic. And then the person on the guest host, the icebreakers I call them, like the person sitting next to me gets to talk too. We're all sitting, they're all kind of, they might know a story that I don't know, and that obviously
and that they're not going to bring up.
The band wouldn't bring up.
Right,
you know what I mean? The
sure.
band wouldn't even talk about this.
Yeah.
And this time it was this last with Cold Harbor. It was Josh's fiance. So,
Dope.
but then we've had Kevin McCoy's wife. We've had one of the Million Oliver's bandmates' dad was on stage with us. We've had people that produce them, TV shows had his squad. You know what I mean? Like, and then we had Rye, the kid, played for the first time with a band. This time last year, his very first time on stage with a band. Now he plays with a band all the time.
Oh, dope.
He's a rapper, but he played with a band for be on the stage just to do something different. But like these artists are getting innovative, and they're also like making us kind of cool.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, they're making us kind of cool without like at an early spot, because they're like, this is brand new. Because we were brand new, we still are. 1 year's not much time.
Right.
You know what I mean? It's not much time. Like it really isn't. We're 230 episodes. This is 230. This is 230 PowWows. You know what I mean? Like 230 of ours would be nuts.
That's over 4 years.
It's crazy,
That's
bro.
crazy.
That's
Yeah.
something to be said. There's
Yeah.
a lot going here in our dynamic, and I haven't been a part of all 230. I came in at, I don't know what episode I came in at.
Yeah, we got to figure that out.
Yeah, but yeah, it's just the thing but we're creating something here, just the same.
Yeah, for sure.
And it's amazing.
And speaking of artists making moves, man, we got Yam back in the building,
Yeah,
bro.
we do.
What's cracking, Yam?
Hey, what's up, y'all?
How you
What's up,
feeling,
what's
bro? How's everything going?
Hey, I'm all good, man.
Yeah, we were just talking about artists, man, that are really like forming into themselves and really just kind of homing in at their craft, bro. And that's something that I definitely wanted to acknowledge for you as well, because you put all the time and effort into yourself and money. You went to college to learn your craft, right?
Yeah, still in there.
Still in there. And that's
in there.
and that's what I'm talking about, man. It's like, you're doubling down on yourself because you know your worth, and you know that, like, you know how good you are at this, right? And if you can just learn some of the tools from these people that have already done it, like, you're just going to be able to double down on the craft that you got. And it shows, not just in your music, but the way you've been carrying yourself lately, man. I can really tell that there's like a humbling, like a stay humble, hustle hard mentality that you got right now. You know what I mean? And that's really cool to see, bro. And I don't know if you realize that, because when you're in the middle of this, people look at us all the time and they go, "God damn, you guys made it." And it's like, bro, let me get all this smoke out of the way. Who said that? You know what I mean? Like, because we're just in the middle of this dust cloud, and we're just trying to make it happen every single day. We're getting up and hunting for our meal, right? But other people are looking in and going, "Wow, you guys are doing great." And I just wanted to extend that to you, man, because that's something that you've got, that you're heavy into your own zone right now, and you're trying to swing your own pendulum the way that you want it to, right? And you're doubling down on it, man. And I'm really proud of you, bro. So how's college going, man? Now you've been in it for over a year and a half now, right?
Yeah, like the first half of it was like digital marketing and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
And now, like, I'm just doubling down on just one of the mixing. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Okay.
Music production, audio engineering. Want to really learn how to do that, because
You don't want to depend on anybody else.
Well, I got cool homies, like, they got studios and I can go to them, but like, everybody's schedule be different, and
for
you
sure.
never know, like, when creativity strike. You know what I'm saying? So you want to, like, I feel like it helps to know how to do that, because then you can just go right into it and do what you got to do.
Mm-hmm.
You ain't gotta. You got the creativity, then you gotta call bro, but then bro might be mixing somebody else's stuff, and then you gotta set an appointment. You know what I'm saying? So,
when it strikes, you have to be ready to maximize the moment, which is, I think, a thing that artists often like. That's the one thing that holds them back. They can get to build the momentum, basically, I guess you could say. Because, like, if you want to get the momentum, how do you do the next steps? If you're producing and learn how to do your own craft without having to need the producer, even if it's you may get it like finalized at a producer down the line, but at least you can make the stems of your music, and you can get in there and like just record
mess
yourself.
around with some stuff.
Yeah, exactly. Just learning that basic stuff really goes a long way, man. Like, I mean, I have a lot of stuff in my phone that I record on my own, but like my recorder, but I'll make the beat like with my mouth, and then I can take that and I can take it to, you know, something small like Pro Tools, and then, you know, build from there. But if you have to rely on that next person, like they're like a gatekeeper almost for your own success. Yeah, and that's tough. That's tough for a lot of young artists, I think.
I'm sure, yeah.
Man. Go from just learning how to play guitar in your garage to
and learning to, you know, be good at your craft, whether it's, you know, hip hop or an instrument, or, you know, just being, you know, better at coordinating and executing events and live streams and things like that. You know, there's a certain level of like tinker mentality or introvert mentality where you have to spend time with yourself and with your craft. And now, once you've done that, you have to go into a completely different realm and learn how to connect that to other people. While you haven't been spending the time learning how to, you know, build connections with people, you're working on your craft. So that's something that, you know, a lot of artists really are just artists. But in order to be successful and remove, like you said, what would have become gatekeepers, and it's become a seller's market now, you know, to sell their own equipment. But then, you know, where do they get the time to be good at their craft and good at their equipment, an entirely separate craft now that's in the digital sphere outside of whatever they were doing, you know, creatively at that point. So just having to wear so many hats, right? And just constantly having to be able to switch hats and learn and get better at wearing different hats. Because I'm an artist. I just got to touch the stage with Yaman, matter of fact, at the birthday bash. That was a great experience, man. We had the crowd hype for us. It was a beautiful thing. It was a beautiful thing. It was very affirming that this is what we're supposed to do, you know.
And that's
shout out to Dustin too. Dustin, he because him and his homeboy, they was and they had their family came out and they was showing a lot of love, you know, just supporting. Backstage, just talking to him, you know what I'm saying? Like, that was cool.
But that's the thing about being an artist, man, is like, you know, you've got to learn these other things because you don't want to be dependent on somebody else.
Absolutely.
You know, and it goes across the board, even in the clothing industry. It's like, you know, you can have the coolest design on the planet, but if you bring it to a silk screener who has limitations to what he can do or doesn't understand that, you know, you may have this dope ass design and you give it to him and, you know, you shipped him all of your Shockaware shirts. You bought them like, you know, you bought the nice shirts, that the streetwear versions, but, you know, you send it to the silk screener and then they only go 10.8 inches wide, which leaves the logo 11 inches tall. And then you get these shirts back and you're looking at it going, that's not what I wanted. That's not my vision, right? But that's how it is on numerous scales. You know, when it comes to an artist, you've got the sound, you've got the idea in your head, and then, you know, you give it to the producer and you're like, but that's not, you know, it's cool, but it's not what I was going for at all. Yeah. Like, you know, but that's the problem when it comes to having to hand off your artwork to somebody else
for the next step of the process.
Yeah, so like for us, you know, getting the DTG printer here was like number one focus, right? And then once we got the DTG printer, it's like, okay, our next focus is getting the bigger platen because we want to be able to color outside the lines. So it's the same thing like Yam in school right now. You know, you got these other artist tools that you want to have in your own toolbox. You know, that you don't have to go and tap to somebody else. You know, and like you said, people are busy, man. People are busy, and time costs money. You know, and if you can do it, and then home in on it and get really good at it, then people are going to be coming to you for the mixing, right? For the producing, and all of a sudden you're going to get paid separately. You know, on the back end of these things. Which, you know, one thing that I learned is, like being a producer on any of these episodes was crucial. Like for our first and second season. Nathan was just like, look, dude, I just like I'll buy he bought this Behringer here, like he bought a bunch of stuff for the podcast, and he was like, look, he's like, I don't want any money back, I just want my name on producing credits, because he believes in this, right? He's like, when this thing picks up and it gets bought by somebody, the first 2 seasons have my name on it. You know what I mean? And that's what he was looking for.
Sure. Right.
Yeah. Which honestly this is a good transition right now, because Travis and Jason Kelce just signed a 3-year deal for their podcast for $100 million.
With who?
What?
$100 million?
Yeah, the New Heights podcast that they have.
Okay.
$100 million, 3 years.
That's wild.
Wow.
That's crazy, bro.
That is wild.
That's crazy. But I mean, the money's got to be there. Like, you know, I'm seeing podcasts, and some of them used to be UFC fighters, some of them used to be professional comedians, but now they've stopped doing all that because they're generating so much money just on the online content that they're putting out. And all they're doing is talking to friends. You know what I mean? All they're doing is taking 2 hours out of the day, sitting at a table and discussing the day-to-day. And that's what basically New Heights is. It's got the hype behind Travis Kelce, and now all Travis's, all the Swifties are following now.
That's where that's where I was going to go with it. I was going to say they're probably banking on the Swifties just all jumping into that pocket.
I mean, think about the ad revenue over the next 3 years.
The ad revenue. What are they going to be advertising on there? You know what I mean? Like, it's definitely. And then how long until Taylor Swift is on the podcast?
Oh, I'm sure.
You know what I mean? Like,
I'm sure there's a couple of things written in. One, we've got to get an appearance from Swift.
Exactly.
Within 12 months, and you guys cannot break up within 3. You know what I mean? Like, if you break up, then your $100 million gets prorated.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I could definitely see that being a part of the legalities.
You got to be together, because as soon as if they were to go separate ways,
that next New Height podcast is gonna be a banger.
Oh, absolutely. Now they're probably gonna put. The promotion is gonna far extend. You know what I mean? They might even do they might combine the worlds with Taylor Swift too, man. If $100 million
is this the new Keeping Up with the Kardashians?
I was gonna say,
you know what I mean? Is this
the new version of John? What do you think?
A new version, bro? 2024, 2025 version of reality TV. Now it's reality podcast.
It is, and we are the experiment. This is just testing in new water, I think.
Yeah.
Because now they're combining sports and pop. It's because this isn't just this is
all entertainment, right?
Yeah, this isn't the Kardashians. This are people that are already entertainers,
right?
You know what I mean? That where the Kardashians weren't necessarily entertainers, they became them. This is
personalities.
Personalities, right? And now it's like the entertainers who have been on stage this whole time. All the world's a stage, Shakespeare. But that's the thing is they've been on Sir Roger Bacon or some lady.
So the
out
new
there,
Keeping
unnamed.
Up with the Kardashians.
Yes.
So versus the new, it was previously personalities, right? And that's what made them celebrities, and that became entertainment. And it was more about how do we get more real, right? Versus the Jersey Shore, throw them all in one fucking house and let it rip and let these personalities clash. They're all right, well, this is a very unique family, make them celebrities. Now we're moving more into entertainers. So it's just either way, they're just trying to find new ways to get in to make something that isn't necessarily authentic, but to just really pull as much authenticity out of it. So instead of taking authentic people and making them entertaining celebrities, now they're taking entertaining celebrities and returning them to being authentic people. And we saw a lot of that at Voice of America.
Yeah.
Right? These guys are coming over to our booth, that right before and right after they jump on stage and just shooting the shit with us. They're all family men, right? And then you got Sam Hunt, one of the largest country artists in the world, saying publicly on a stage in front of tens of thousands of people the which ways the music business actually works for songwriters, that he had to write for bigger guys, just to even get his shine. And I think that even being able to say something like that wasn't him challenging or going against the grain by sharing industry secrets. I think that's just a reflection of how much more the industry is be yourself, because that seems to sell the best. That's the most entertaining. Right?
For sure.
Is that authenticity. So they're trying to, I guess they're trying to reverse engineer it in a way by taking it away from that bullshit reality TV. That's just my opinion. I didn't necessarily care for a lot of reality TV, but I would love to see television become more genuine, and the people and places that have those platforms, sharing authenticity and sharing their knowledge, sharing their connections, and being real, right? I think that's critical.
For sure. Something that I've been doing this for a long time, and every time I post it, I see that it gets an uptick in traction. When I would hashtag more of this, less of that, that was I started doing that maybe fucking 6 or 7 years ago, and today, it's like it seems more relevant than ever, man. It's like with everything going on and all the loud noises that we're hearing on Facebook, it's like when I do see something good, when I see, cancer patient, like, being cured of cancer or somebody's life changing, like, I usually I put that back into the natives' social media feed, and I just put hashtag more of this, less of that. And I really feel like if we just pushed more positivity out on people, you're going to get it back. Like I've said 1,000 times, man. If you're not putting out energy, you're draining it. And that's one of the easiest and most complex lines of all time. Because it's such a simple saying, but you see so many people that are just going around just, whoa me, you know what I mean? Like, hey bro, what's going on? Oh, fucking, my dog's sick. I couldn't find my socks this morning, and it's like, you're crying over spilled milk right now, bro. You know what I mean? Like, clean it up. Instead of complaining about the things that happen, like try to figure out how to fix it. And I'm at the point now, man, where it's like, everybody's the lead role in their movie. Right. Yes. And you can't expect anybody to think otherwise. Like you and I, for instance, we have basically the same memories because you and I are together like 24/7. We've got so many things that we do, but our memories are completely different. Like, hey, do you remember that time that we did this? You're like, yeah, but my memory and your memory are completely different.
Of the situation.
Of the situation. Yeah. You've got a different camera view. Mm-hmm. You're looking at me. I've never seen me in that situation. Sure. You've never seen you in that situation. But, we share that memory together. But you got to remember and you got to realize that, like, you're not the star of everything going on. It's right. Like you're the star of your own show. Yes. And you got to make sure that everybody around you isn't you're not draining their energy. You know what I mean? By trying to be that one or trying to be status quo when you don't have to be. You know what I mean? Because everyone's in this together, bro.
I always look at it as I really double down to treat others how you want to be treated 100% of the time. Because if I treat others that way, and I would like to be treated, respected this way, and I speak to them how I want to be spoken to, and I think putting that energy out there, if it's projection, that's pretty much the name of projection. You're projecting how you feel others, because they're not going to feel the same way. It's perception is reality, right? Mm-hmm. So like when you say like we have the same memories, but we're seeing from two different lenses, actually, like really, because I mean we talk about the beginnings of early stuff where you're in this headspace and I came out from an outsider's perspective into the lane and I was like, oh, I can see where he's at here. I was like, oh, I could probably help with this and this and this. I was like, I don't even know where this is, but I think this could be created and this and this and this. And then all of a sudden, before you know it, it was just aligned, and then we had the same experiences, but same memories, different experiences, but like in the same experience. It's weird. Like you're having two different experiences within the same ride, right? You know what I mean? Like if you let's say two people are riding a roller coaster and someone is not afraid of heights and the other one is petrified of heights. Are they experiencing the same roller coaster?
Completely different
ride, right? Because they're going through this roller coaster. Like one person is anticipating and the other person is reacting, and the one that is reacting,
one person wants it to be over, one person can't, doesn't want it to end.
Right. One's ride is a minute, the other one's an hour and a minute. So like, it's just the difference of perspective. So when we're like living in this time with our friends and our like Yaman, man, he's like in the thick of things at school and recording music and balancing a social life and just existing. There's so many different dynamics and perspectives he's seeing, and then I see him. I'm like from a distance, because I booked the birthday show and stuff, but I hadn't seen him that much. I hadn't seen it, and then all of a sudden I see this crazy growth from when we were even podcasting, because we were podcasting every week, at the sports one for a while, and that was
I've got good news.
Sports talk was
sports talk.
Yeah, we stopped at 118.
Did I send that? I'm sorry to interrupt,
You're good.
but I'm going to totally forget about it.
Go.
Did I send you the message that Rennie sent earlier?
Yeah, we didn't talk about that, but yeah,
bro. BW3's Newport, Kentucky. We're in talks with doing a podcast out of BW3's.
Yes, more sports talk, but out of B-dubs.
Yeah, sports talk, bro. We'll bring microphones down. We'll latch them right to the bar top.
Fuck yeah.
And then have the server, she can be a part of it where she's serving beers or wings.
Kind of
and you're talking sports down there, bro.
Like a little hot ones, but like right in the heat of a sports situation.
And we get some wings and
hot ones.
Yeah, bro. I even had an idea of doing something at the end of it where at the end of the sports talk we would have a band down there and they would eat a hot wing from BW3's and then have to perform immediately afterwards. Now I don't not now doing that weekly is gonna be tough to get a band to come in and just play one song set up for the whole thing. So we might find a different way to make that happen. But we got to tie in hot wings to the sports talk somehow.
For sure. I mean, if we could do it on a when is it? When do they want us to be in there? Because obviously not a Sunday night.
I've got their the AGM is sending me an email so we can link up and go in there and talk about it.
Because I'd love to do talk there, but like now we're in football season and that's what we want the most. Is football season's about to begin. Speaking of week
would
one,
it be better to do a Monday podcast where you're talking about what happened on Sundays?
And then Monday Night Football's about to start too.
Or would it? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like a right before.
Yeah.
We Monday Night Football.
Yeah. Right before Monday Night Football, we
an hour. Or
we
something?
do a preview, an hour long, and we talk about the Sunday schedule.
Or would you rather do Friday would be too busy there? They'd probably want a weekday.
I think Monday night's probably the move. I think we should suggest Monday night,
especially for a podcast, right?
Yeah.
I feel like with the sports thing, like you probably want to everybody watching the game. You know what I'm saying? Like talk about the game. Like after the game was over with, because it's gonna be people that's probably thinking the same thing you was thinking.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Right after the game.
If we do it before, if we do it from 6 to 7.
Yeah. Yeah.
And we preview the game.
Yeah. Just you're just Sports Center before the game.
And we talk about the Sunday before. We talk about what happened with the Bengals, and then if it's a Monday night game with the Bengals, then we're definitely talking about some Bengals shit.
That'd be fire, especially if we almost set it up where instead of being at a bar top, it was like at the bar itself where we had our own little section where it was lit up.
An end cap down there, just an end area. Oh, that'd be fire, bro.
Yeah.
And we only need one camera.
Right.
That's it.
Yeah. And before I forget on this, man, big shout out to Terrace Horton, bro.
Hey,
did you see him announce the Dayton Devils
no.
Dayton Green Devils football game?
I did not.
So over in Dayton, you can the OW Field, I think it's called. It's kind of like in like this little like valley where there's houses above it where you can sit on somebody's porch and watch the football game. So he got a hold of one of his buddies' grandpas, and he was like, "Hey, can I film on your porch?" And the dude was like, "Hell yeah!" So he went there. He put the camera on the porch, and he announced the entire game. And he's one of my best friends on the planet. Like I've known this guy for 25, 30 years. Yeah. I've never heard him announce a football game before, but he was on top of it, bro. Like every single play, like he didn't know the players' names, and the distance, it was probably like from here to where like Cold Stone is, or maybe even further than that. So it was a pretty far distance, so he really couldn't see the numbers, but crazy impressed on how well he was able just to do it by himself. He was sitting there talking, he didn't know the names of the people, so he was calling one dude Pink Glove, but it was like the
way to pivot,
bro. It was incredible, and I was captivated. Like I'm sitting there listening to it. I don't even know any of the players on the team, but I found myself sitting there watching the game just because of his announcing, which is something that I've always loved, man. Like obviously I love going to the Bengals games, but there's something about hearing the announcers and understanding what's going on. And used to make fun of your uncles or the people that were sitting in the stands of the baseball games that would have the headsets on, and they'd be writing down how many balls and strikes that people have got. You know, like they go through the whole thing, and you look at those people like, man, what's
that?
Yeah,
Stat
like
guys, yeah.
what are they doing?
Have
like,
you ever seen a wrestling?
why don't you
stat?
enjoy the game? But then you look at it,
Crazy.
you go back and look at it, you're like, I kind of get it.
The stats?
I kind of understand.
Wrestling stats are insane. Keeping
they
track.
take stacks in it. They be like taking
Oh,
stats during
yeah.
a wrestling match.
Yeah, you have stat girls. Usually is what they were called. They would keep track of everything that would happen. Yeah, there was like this little squares and stuff. It was just, I don't know. It was just they kept track of those points and everything and what. Yeah. You kept. I mean, wrestling was intense, man. It was fast paced.
No, I mean, okay, I'm misunderstanding.
Like wrestling, like high school wrestling on a mat. There were stats being kept every
People
single
at the
match.
table, or you meant like?
Well,
in
no,
the
the
stands,
table
like-
is not, because this is a wrestling tournament. They don't keep track of the stats. They have they called them stat girls. That's what we had on our team. Stat girls that were just a part of the team. They would just come to events and they would keep track of the stats.
Okay.
And then they would give them to the coaches exactly what happened.
I got you.
And yeah, I mean, because there's no, I mean, unless it's just a duel, which is two teams going against each other, or whatever, then you could do it at the table. But I'm talking at a tournament when there's like rings happening at like 6 matches all at once. The table's not watching everybody. They have the stat keepers,
okay.
which we just had the stat girls. There was just
Right.
a couple of them that just did it. They were just nieces of coaches or different people at the high school that just wanted to, I don't know, be there. I don't know what got them into it. My uncle was the reason I wrestled. He was like, go meet Dave Barnes, and I had them at Dave Barnes, and then he was like, come on in, and like I joined. He's like, it's wrestling's a whole different world, man. It's different than your football players. I'm like, okay, and then I got into it. I had just gotten a black belt in Taekwondo, so I was like, I'm like a mixed martial artist kind of like playing at this point and going out of middle school to high school, and stepped on a wrestling mat, and like whole nother world was unlocked. Like just the idea that you had to like maneuver another person and get them on the ground, and they're fighting just as much as you're fighting, and no one else can help you. It's one-on-one.
Right. This is traditional
Dude, it's
wrestling.
insane,
We're not
man.
talking
Not-
show business, baby.
Nope,
This
they're
is
talking-
This is sweat, head to
Yes.
head. Forehead to forehead.
Olympic wrestling.
And there's not a lot. There's no ropes to bounce off of. No theatrics.
Nope, none of that.
This is me and you. And there's people around to make sure we don't kill each other, but
Yeah.
we're gonna do our damnedest to almost.
Seriously, and then some of those guys would go at you so hard they would like just headbutt you, and like your forehead got real tough fast. And that, man, it was tough, but
Hard-headed.
it taught a little bit, but it taught me so much. It made me not afraid of anything, and it made me like think on my feet quick, which translates to so many things.
Oh yeah.
But but now part of that world is wrestling wasn't my favorite sport. Basketball was, and basketball was big on statistics. Basketball, hoops, my favorite. I love me some hoops, bro. But then
hoops.
football is easier to digest when you know more about basketball, because I feel like the game is just so fast paced. Where football's slower and it's easy to keep track of things. It's different. It's just different for me. But when we podcast, I'm all about like the backstories and the stories that we're talking about these players and what's happening and with the inner workings and the coaches and stuff. So I think that'll be fun to do.
I was telling at class today, cause the guy Yoshi, he's like my instructor. You know what I'm saying? Like he the one that's teaching me how to mix and master. He played ball growing up.
Okay.
Nice.
Yeah, he like 6'6".
Right.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like 6'5".
I played. I hooped. That was more my. And I'm 5'4". I was 5'4" and 3/4.
Yeah.
We shrink as we get.
Yeah, I was talking about like women's hoops for real, cause. Caitlin Clark and Angel.
Yeah.
We've been talking about this.
Yeah, we've been talking
about
Yeah,
this.
yeah,
Yeah.
So, but
Angel Reese is setting records, bro.
Yeah.
Her rebounds,
Rebound.
dude. She is
She's scrappy.
Yeah, she's getting every rebound. She literally she's leading the league. She'd be leading the league if she didn't get her own offensive rebounds. She's still leading the league. So she got like 58 of her own, or some number of her own. If she didn't get her own offensive rebounds, she's still leading the
They
league.
don't consider those rebounds?
They do.
They do.
But people are giving criticism like, oh, she's just getting her own rebounds a lot. She's
Like
putting
paying
ball,
your stats
like basically like
Paying your stats.
they were.
Bro,
They're giving her some
if
criticism.
you're following your shot, you should get extra money.
Period.
That's what they're
You know
saying.
what I
When
mean?
people fight everything. You know how everyone's getting critiqued, dude. This is
Oh,
that
for sure.
world we're in right now.
It's so up and down with it. You feel me?
Yeah.
Like, it's just up and
But
down
even
with it.
without those, she's still in first. So
That's crazy.
it doesn't even matter.
Yeah.
That was the one they were having this like whole conversation on ESPN. He's like, even without that, she's still in first. So you guys could just stop.
Yeah.
Because Angel Reese, I mean, she's gonna. I know Caitlin Clark's probably gonna. I don't know. The rookie thing is interesting. Caitlin Clark's gonna get it, but Angel Reese has got an argument though. She's got an argument.
Huh?
I think Angel Reese has an argument for it. She's.
What would happen in the WNBA if they didn't give it to Caitlin Clark though?
Oh, they'd need to. I mean, to save.
She played just like Steve Nash.
She does. But I think with the NBA or WBA, people would definitely riot a little on it because the momentum. They were already mad that she didn't go to the Olympics, which I understood. You're not even really far enough into the process. But next time, in 4 years, 100%, she's going to lead the Olympics. They're going to make They're going to have to make the story about her, man.
Speaking of that, bro, fucking Steph Curry.
Steph Curry.
Went
Fucking
crazy.
4 threes in like the last 12 seconds of the game or some shit.
Wow.
Yeah.
He pulled up like on 3 defenders or something like that.
Yeah, bro.
Fadeaway 3.
Mhm.
Knocked it down. Like,
Absolutely incredible, bro. He's the greatest shooter of all time. I was showing
yeah.
Sure.
Kaylin some of the stuff that he was doing. He hit 5 full court shots in a row. And
What?
it's not like he missed the 6th. He just ran out of the building after the 5th one.
He just stops.
Just like
he makes
He a
them all.
machine.
Fucking full. Yeah,
He's a machine,
it's
bro.
it's it's not even a shot. It's
Right.
a launch. You know, he just takes his hand and just throws it over his shoulder, and it's money every single time. And then I saw another one where he just tossed the ball in the air and it bounced, and then
All his bounce.
yeah, and then it landed in the goal 5
What?
times in a row.
That's how
Five
good he
and-
shoot because he just be trying stuff now.
It's crazy, dude.
it
It's
is crazy.
But like okay, but there's a thing with basketball with like what do you used to say 1,000 shots a day.
I love 1,000 shots a day. And I love hooping.
So,
I also
like-
love skateboarding. You got, you know what I'm saying? You love skateboarding, especially as a culture. You know, you do a lot more, you know, falling on the fucking concrete in skateboarding than basketball, but there is still the same principle of discipline and the same like I continue to seek success by means of failure until the point that we're at the point where guys like you were just talking about have completely changed the face of sports, you know, and there are kids and, you know, there's names, you know, guys that you mentioned the Olympics. We had Nyjah Houston skateboarding in the Olympics, right? This is, you know, the new face of culture, and you're having new faces of culture through entertainment, through sports, and, you know, in this regard, completely changing the way we view what is talent, what is skill, what is discipline, and what is the future of this sport going to look like
Right.
when these people have the time and the resources and the support to achieve whatever we are humanly, mentally, physically capable of in this world, right?
Yeah.
You know, I really think that we need to get a curling. We need to get a curling lane here so
Interesting.
that we can practice. Because I guarantee you, we can get good enough where we can make it to
Or
the
we're just
Olympics.
scrubbing the floor.
What's
there.
that?
Oh, dude. Curling is where you've got 3 people. One has this big ceramic, almost like a hockey puck, but it's like this tall. It's real heavy.
It's like a mini version of
And
for
you
the tabletops,
run
right?
and you
Is it that thing
slide
where they
it.
got like the broom?
Yeah,
or
and then
some shit?
the 2 people they're brushing the ground to make it move.
I know what you're talking about.
I'm telling
I
you,
didn't know what
bro.
it was called, but like I done
It's
seen
called
it.
curling, and we can go to the Olympics. We can make it happen. I'm
It
telling
took me
you,
a
bro.
second for curling to click for it too.
Bro, I saw
like this.
there was one group of Americans that there was just like
that
American
again.
dads, bro. Like this is why I
it
know
again.
that we can make it happen because I was watching the Olympics and there was a group of like 4 dads, and you can tell they were just like a little bit overweight, you know, skinny jeans with one guy had Jordan 1s on. You know what I mean? Like it was, and when I saw that, I was like, that's me.
Yeah.
I can do that.
I could do that.
Wait a minute, bro. Like, we got style. Like, we can definitely, like, imagine just us going to the Olympics and wearing the shit that we wear. We would be Pauly Shores of
Yeah.
Paris, bro. You know what I mean? People would be like, oh, there they are, the curlers.
The curlers.
Let me get a picture.
yeah.
You know what I mean? I'm telling you, we could do it, bro.
Well, if you want to invest in that.
We can do anything.
I don't even think that.
How much does it cost?
They got breakdancing.
How much does it cost?
They got breakdancing in the Olympics.
How much does it? There, yeah.
Breakdancing's
They had a
in the
break,
Olympics.
yeah, they got breakdancing in the Olympics.
How much does it cost?
Yeah,
to curl?
Ray Gun ruined that one. They're not bringing that back to the Olympics.
They go bring it back.
They should.
It's like maybe they expected for it to just skyrocket or something, but it's like I mean, how can you even like rank? Like, I got some homies that break dance.
How do you rank it when it's so stylistically based at a certain point?
Yeah, it's like how do you even get qualified?
You'd have to have separate conversations. That's the same. I mean, same as skateboarding, right? You separate the vert side and the street side, right? Nyjah Houston skated in the Olympics, you know, and it was
desktop
he's
version.
He's known for the street skating, right? So I guess in context, it would just really be about, you know, is it more in the popping range, which is, you know, just like letting it flow like that, you know, or is it going to be more?
His head.
Right, so now we're, you know, getting down on the ground and really breaking,
Yeah,
right?
Really,
Windmills, head spins, things of that nature.
Nyjah Houston was the one that got the bronze, right? He got the bronze medal, and it's already tarnished on him.
Yeah.
You saw that? Yeah. You know, it's like I love the
The
dude.
machine is eating everything.
Right. I mean, I love the dude, and I didn't comment on anything, but I was like, I really wanted to say, like, bro, fucking get back in there and get the gold.
Fucking A.
You know what I mean? Because like bronze, bro. It's gonna tarnish. It's copper. It's gonna tarnish. You know what I mean? Like, go for the gold, bro.
Period.
But he was wearing the bronze medal while he was skateboarding, no shirt on, just sweat. He's like, I let other people wear it and shit. Within a week, the whole thing just tarnished. It looks like a penny from 1990 now.
What?
Yeah, it's pretty bad, but you know, it is what it is, bro. Go for the gold.
Just get the gold, and you don't have to worry about it.
Yep.
Right.
And this USA, we expected to get gold.
Right.
Like we just
let's go, bro.
Like,
you know what though? To be honest, man, I do love seeing the small countries win gold. Like there was a shot put that was out, and the shot put that the guy that won the gold was like from some country that doesn't have any money, and like he had to make his own equipment to compete in the Olympics, and it's like that was the more of this, less of that post that I did, one of them.
Oh,
and it's just like, this is cool as fuck, bro. Like, obviously I want America to win every gold medal out there, but to see somebody that comes from a small country that doesn't have the means to even have a complex like we do, you know what I mean?
Right.
Like when
The training grounds.
when the NBA players, when they went to the Olympics, like the hotel rooms that they got, they were the beds were basically like Legos, like the beds were put together like something that you could buy super cheap, and they walked in and they were like, fuck no, dude.
Yeah.
Like, so they went and rented out a whole hotel for everybody. But that's,
You know, there's a whole point to that too, right? They were trying to
for
them
sure, dude.
keep them from doing the nasty.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they're trying to get Olympic athletes to, because they're trying to get them to stop.
They don't want them to have sex.
Yeah.
It didn't have anything to do.
It had
with,
there's a lot of different dynamics to it, because they're literally
sleep on this
No, there's a
sleep
lot
on
to
this
it.
cinder block.
There's a lot
and then
to this. Yeah.
come in tomorrow and then play.
No, it's
120 minutes.
I think
of
there's a
basketball.
lot going on with the Olympics that they don't talk about
And it's
very
like
much.
a testosterone thing or something.
Yeah, they're trying to get them
they
to
don't-
stop on, like, they're trying to get them to stop like getting with each other, but they provide condoms and all sorts of shit. Yeah, bro, I saw this whole thing on the Olympics, and I was just like, that's amazing. That's there's like a whole like group of people that's the goal is to get these athletes to basically stay focused.
Yeah, it's
And just to not, because they throw all these athletes at the top in the same place, and they're not around each other ever, and then all of a sudden they're around each other, and some stay on the right path and others don't, you know what I mean? And it's like, and the betting is, there's like it's the cost effective, and they don't want people sleeping on the bed with each other. There's a lot to that, dude. Yeah.
I mean, I understand it. Like I looked at it, it was like, oh, they're trying to fuck every other team, because you know
No, I don't
in
think so.
Paris, like the players are going to have a nice. The Paris players are going to have some sort of gymnasium, locker room. You know what I mean? Like they're going to have something that they're used to playing in, living in,
Different
being a part
environment.
of.
Yeah.
But like coming from the United States and basically getting a dorm room with cinder blocks for a bed and a little, refrigerator that sits on the floor. Like
I don't.
I
heard
thought it was
the conditions. They said the conditions were going to be rough because of all the.
I mean,
preventative
I
stuff. So
understand
the US players
bringing
knew
that
what they
many
were getting
people into Paris, and you've got to allocate, 700 rooms just for players for the basketball team, not alone other. I understand that, but at the same time, it's like, I saw those rooms and I was like, oh, they're just trying to fuck over every other country by
They all
giving
the
them
same.
shitty sleeping quarters.
I think they all got the same, but to my knowledge, they were. There's
I mean, it's not like the people that live in Paris are going to be staying at these fucking dorm rooms, right? Or are they? Are they? Do they have to?
I don't know.
You know what I mean? Like that's the way I looked at it. Is like these people that live in Paris,
Just
they're
stay at home.
going back to their homes, their dogs, their wife, all that stuff. But then they're giving the competition dorm rooms,
Yeah, I mean,
white walls,
definitely an advantage.
concrete
But
floors.
that's part of the advantage of the home city, right? So like they do get an advantage being home.
Yeah, of course.
But I think the living conditions are. All the athletes did expect them to be rough. They all.
I mean,
knew
you
it was
know
coming.
what,
So,
though?
like,
It
if
kinda-
if you're ready to go, it doesn't even.
It falls back exactly on what you were saying earlier, that athletes are getting paid too much, and I
see
totally see it. You know what I mean? Like I agree with you because there's so much money that's going around, and when you're paying somebody $100 million for a podcast for 3 years, or you're paying $160 million to Jamar Chase for 3 years, like that's $50 million a year. That's $1 million a day. You know what I mean? Like even if he wasn't busy, how are you going to spend $1 million a day? Like I understand that's longevity and that's wealth and that's what you're worth, but I kind of side with you, bro. Like, a $10 million would set him for life,
Yeah.
right? And then you can
that's-
take
even that's a
150.
lot.
You can take 150 million and put it towards the community, or put it towards something else that's gonna rise all ships.
Which we will when we get our M's, family. When we get our M's, we will definitely be given a vast majority of them back. But there's something.
But the athletes get paid.
But
so
there's
much
something
money.
about the American athlete culture that's just like.
It's the dream, yeah.
Yeah, man.
It's the top of the food chain. It's better than a scientist. It's better than a doctor.
better than anything. Yeah, and
The American dream is
Better
changed,
than an
right?
astronaut because you're getting notoriety. You're not getting stuck at the ISS, bro.
yeah, they're stuck.
Stuck in space.
That's wild,
Bro, Boeing is having the worst year on record, dude. The worst year on record. They've killed 3 whistleblowers.
Oh no.
They've had disaster after disaster, and so Boeing just built. So there's 2 astronauts that are stuck at the ISS, and they've been there for like 3 or 4 months past when they were supposed to come home. And Boeing built this space shuttle to go up there and pick them up, bring them home.
Yeah.
When they built the space shuttle, the connecting pieces don't match.
No.
So the like if you're trying to build a hallway from ISS to this space shuttle, the shit doesn't click and twist. You know what I mean? Like whatever they built here isn't compatible with the ISS. So now these astronauts are stuck in space until February 2025 now.
Wait, and wasn't this supposed to be like just a few day mission?
I mean, they were up there for a little bit. I don't know if it was a couple day mission, but I think it was like 3 months or something.
Like a
that it
3
was-
month mission just turned into like an additional 6 months for him. Right?
Yeah, which is like, I think the record is only over a year that somebody has stayed in outer space, and like it changed the guy's DNA completely. Like his DNA is different than what it was when he was born. But you've got so Boeing fucks up again, building this thing that can't connect to the ISS. So now Elon Musk steps in and says, "Look, I can bring him home, but it's not going to be able to happen until February." So he's building something for SpaceX to get these astronauts home. And while I'm fucking reading this today, a news article pops up. Boeing, it was a Delta plane. 2 employees killed, 1 injured when a Boeing 757 tire exploded while they were working on maintenance. So this tire, the plane landed in Las Vegas. It went into the maintenance hangar, and they were working on the plane, and somehow one of the tires just fucking exploded and killed 2 people. Killed 2 maintenance workers just working on this plane, bro. Like, Boeing is that they've already had
going down,
bro. They've already used 2 of their lifelines. They got 1 lifeline left, and they need to call somebody before.
You got to phone a friend at this point.
Before Regis Philbin says, "Fucking, you're the weakest link."
Yeah, no kidding.
It's crazy, bro.
Boeing is going down.
It's and the scary thing is, people still use it every day, thousands of times a day, because Boeing is the only. It's the major company for air travel.
Definitely a major market shareholder.
Man, it's a monopoly, bro. I mean, what name one other plane that a plane company besides Boeing? American Airlines,
just
Boeing,
Delta, and American, and then pretty much
Those
Amazon.
those
who
are
we're
all
all going to work for someday. Apparently,
those are all
own
Boeing planes. That was a Boeing plane that Delta had. Yeah, it's crazy, bro.
Yeah,
times we're living in, man,
Hey,
and it's all just cheap parts. They're not using OEM parts, which we know all about when it comes to the fucking Epson printer.
Man, that printer, bro.
Right, you guys were talking about that printer earlier and how life-changing it was for you on the creative level as a designer, as as somebody with a fashion line, but it also meant that you had to double down as a tinkerer, because now you are not just a creator with a creative tool. Now you have a piece of information technology equipment. You're working on IT, and you really speaking of double down, you double down on that mad scientist. I saw you make like the most this concoction to try to make sure that this print head would function properly.
Oh yeah, dude.
You're a mad scientist, an IT professional, and a creative entrepreneur all in one as you're trying to get this one piece of equipment together.
That's YouTube University, bro. I took that machine apart on Friday. So the machine wasn't working right. It was giving me a 141D error. I looked it up. Had something to do with the pumping system in it. So I was like, all right, fucking YouTube, look it up, trying to figure it out. Epson does a very good job of flagging anybody that's working on the printers, right? So when you go to look up problems for the Epson F2100, you've got to go around the verbiage, because Epson F2100, those get flagged. Epson says we don't want that on the internet. We don't want people working on these machines because it's basically a car. It's a $17,000 desktop printer.
So like a ringer. Toss him the ringer, dude.
But that's the thing. You just got to learn how to. I learned what part it was. So then I typed in the pump cap assembly,
right?
141D error. Then I was able to go down the rabbit hole to find the right video to fix it. So I took it apart on Friday. Took the part out, cleaned it up, put it back in. It worked for one print, which ironically some lady came in and she wanted one of the Joe Shiesty shirts. And I was like, if I can get it printing, like I'll get it done for you. And that was the only one I got done before the weekend. And then shout out to Tyrell, because Tyrell, she was out of town, and
there he is.
Hey, what up, big dog?
Yeah.
So she was out of town,
today.
and they were here for the Green Day concert. So her husband and her son went to the Green Day concert. She went to the casino. She was like, they're gonna go do the concert. I'm going to the Hard Rock. I'm gonna go gamble while they go have fun. And she was like, when do you think you have the shirt done by? I was like, I'm gonna try to get it done tonight. Okay, what time do you open tomorrow? I said, we open at noon on it was Friday? It was Thursday, because it was Friday that she was coming in. And I was like, but Tyrell can open the store early for you if you need. And so she texted me like 9 o'clock in the morning, 9:30 on Friday, and she was like, hey, we're gonna stop down, is it cool? I text Tyrell 9:45. He's like, store's already open, bro, I'm already here. Nice. It's like, hell yeah, bro.
Hell yeah,
like,
bro.
you know, because I told him, I was like, you don't have to have the store open, just be here. If not, I can leave the shirt somewhere where she can find it. But 9:45 in the morning, store's already open. Tyrell's like, nah, bro, we're good. Just tell her to come on in.
Yeah.
It's like, that's what I'm talking about, bro. Like didn't even think about it. He's just like, you know what? If I'm here, I'm just gonna open the store and just start the day.
That's what I was saying, bro.
Yeah, but not only that,
Jeez,
she
bro.
came in, she bought the shirt, then left, and then Tyrell hit me up and he's like, yo, was this lady's name Michelle? I said, yeah. He's like, she left her credit card here. So now it's like, now we're on a hunt for this lady that's traveling back to CBG to fly back to Texas.
Oh wow. Okay.
And it's like, oh shit. So
She's her card, yeah.
thankfully I had her cell phone, so I sent her a text and I said, hey, you know, we've got your credit card, it's safe here, we can ship it to you, whatever you need. But I don't know how when it comes to the airport, you know, it's like, I don't know if that's your only credit card. Like there's a lot of like variables when it comes to traveling and fucking leaving your credit card in another state.
Right.
But she was able to come back through. Tyrell was able to hook her up, and it's like, that's like moments like that, man. It's like, you know, I didn't think I was going to be able to get the printer working. We were able to make it happen. And then, you know, she came down, and now she's going to be a fan for life, not only because we were able to make that shirt for her, but we went outside the box and made sure that she was able to get her credit card back, and we opened early for her. You know, there's levels to customer service, and there's, you know, there
There are levels. to
you can
customer
always
service.
just say, we open at noon, you know,
Yeah.
or we can ship it, you know, but to
That's the
but to open
last
the
ditch
but
effort.
but to open the store early and keep it open for one person just because you're here, that means a lot, bro, for sure. I love you and I appreciate you, man. Like there's this teamwork makes the dream work, man. And there's like, I'm sure that you don't think that was a big deal. You're like, fuck it, I'm here all anyways, right? Like if she's gonna be here, I've got to open up that door. Might as well just keep it open. But from an outside perspective, man, that's just you taking the ball and getting that first down without having to go to the you know the fourth down.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You push through and you're able to get that first down on the third drive. So it's
Right.
like, that's the type of shit we need,
You're
bro.
getting it done pre-game, bro. Before even the game started, you're getting a leg up. You know what I mean? Like, and I think it goes beyond even the specific sale. I think it goes beyond. It goes into the culture of what we do here, about like us just trying to be different. You know what I mean? And that is different. What he showed there is being different and getting here early to just make someone's experience that much better, man. Like, and now she's going to go back to her hometown and talk about our area, and people, you know, really sleep on this area because they don't know about it until they discover us, and then they're like, whoa, what did I just step into? And then you hear people talk about us like in this area, like they come back and like, Cincinnati is one of my favorite places to go. Northern Kentucky is super cool. We did not expect it. We've had a lot of these athletes that come on the podcast and talk about they weren't expecting Cincinnati to be this way or Northern Kentucky to be this way, and then they're here.
Right.
They're from all over the world, you know, and
All over.
you know, and then coming here and they're like, this is super cool. Like, these people are doing the damn thing. You know what I mean? And
It's 100% the community and the people around that are making this place as cool as it is.
Speaking of community, we just got a comment. They said, yo, just grab some Mad Scientist gear. Your shit is fire emoji times 4. So shout out CBS My Heart. That is the community right there out here with us. Just, you know, they didn't just want to buy gear. They're in tune, you know, reminding us that they're still with us moment by moment, even while we're just having a conversation together.
For
talking
sure,
about,
dude.
you know, where we were, where we are, and where we're headed.
yeah,
You know? And when they're a part
there's
of
a
that,
fire emoji now. We got people popping in now.
Yeah, let's go.
100%. Shout out to everybody who's in the stream right now. We appreciate you guys rocking with us.
For sure.
Highlander 89, Jordan is cool. Let's go. That's Mason, right? Is that Mason?
I'm not sure.
Is that Mason's account right there? Mason, is that you, bro? Say what's up. We're a big fan of you, Highlander 89. Jordan is cool.
So
I'm telling you, that's Mason. I'm
Bro's username is 89 Jordan.
the 89 Jordan is cool. You know what I mean?
cool,
Like
that's
I'm here
username.
for that. Anyways, man, it's the path that we're on. It's like no other, bro. It's like I've never been so confident and with my back against the wall like we are right now. You know what I mean?
Say
like
that.
like I've got my back against the wall. Someone's got their knife at my throat and they're asking for my money.
Yep.
And I'm just smiling, fucking
Like,
eating
ready.
popcorn
Let's
right
go.
now.
What's next?
You know what I
I
mean?
haven't
Like,
related to a sentence, so
yeah.
that's it.
I mean, it really is, man, and you know, at the end of the day, it's like we fight so hard every day, and it's
So
like
hard.
today's going to be the day where everything turns around, and then the day ends, and then we just get up, and then we say today's the day that it's all going to
Today's the
turn
day.
around. But
Yesterday.
One of these
yesterday
days
was-
we'll be right that day
it's-
too.
Well, it's right, but it's not. It doesn't have to be a home run, man. It just has to be base hits. It has to be base hits. It has to be just moving the pendulum along and swaying it to the point where it's going to sway itself.
Also, if you strike out or if you get tagged out, is that the last time you'll ever be up to bat?
No, bro, you break that bat,
Right.
And
you
then
might go
and
sit
then
on the
you-
bench,
and
watch
then
your
you get
boys,
the-
go to practice, get better, come back and
Come
hit your
back.
fucking home run.
You snap that bat over your knee, and then you look for that baseball card. Bro.
You walk off the field after your first strikeout. And that's the last time you step on the field. Then
That will
you're
be
not
last
gonna.
time?
Then that's it. Then you're never gonna step back on that field and hit that home run. Period.
Man, you know what, dude? And I'll make this real quick, but I heard a story about Jim Abbott today. You know Jim Abbott, pitcher,
Oh, okay. Yeah.
California Angels, one-handed pitcher.
Yeah.
He was born with one hand, and wanted to play baseball. His mom and dad said, "You can play, but you're gonna have to work twice as hard."
He is not Mason.
It's not Mason.
Not Mason. How under, bro? What's your name?
Tell us.
If you're in the chat, drop your name. Drop where you're at.
So anyways, so Jim Abbott was like, I want to play baseball, and his mom and dad are like, you're gonna have to work twice as hard. You can play, but you're gonna have to figure this out. So he took a baseball. He's got one hand, right? It's left hand only. He was born with it. It's just a nub. So he was in his backyard.
nub.
He would take the ball. He would throw it against the wall. And then he would have his glove sitting on the nub of his arm, and so after he threw it, he would slide the glove on real quick and then field the ball, and he kept doing that to the point where he got good enough where he had a tryout for who the fuck was it? The Olympics? I think he had a tryout for the Olympics, and he went down to Florida to try out for it. Car broke down in Tennessee. Didn't make the tryouts. By the time he finally got there, the coach said, "Spots are filled. We'll see you in 4 years." And Jim was like, "Look, I understand. You're looking at me. I got one hand. I'm not the best out here, but put your best 3 hitters up right now, and I'll pitch to them." And the guy's like, "Are for real? Like, you want to try this?" And Jim was like, yeah. Put the 3 best hitters up, struck all 3 of them out. Not only did the coach right there say you're on the team, he started the very next game.
Started.
What?
And then
Nice.
went to the Angels after that, and then went to the Yankees after that and pitched a no-hitter. Pitched a no-hitter, bro, with one hand.
That's some
like some John
boss
Wayne
shit,
shit.
bro.
I mean, that's
That's legendary. Yeah.
That's legendary.
It really is, bro.
Yeah.
And I
Wow.
like being a kid and seeing Jim Abbott, and it was like, you never, like I never knew the whole story. I just looked at him and said, oh, okay, he's got to work a little bit harder to
he's-
get it done. But he made it look so easy that it was like, oh, it's just fucking baseball.
Just fucking baseball.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But like to overcome those obstacles, man. Like we've all got them, and whether it's a roadblock in your mind or if it's a missing limb, there's ways to make it happen. Did you ever see that wrestler with no legs?
I have seen a wrestler with
He's
no
a
legs.
fucking beast, dude. Like
have seen a
I mean,
wrestler with no legs.
like to me personally, I feel like that it, as morbid as it is, it almost gives him an advantage. You know what I mean? Being low to the ground.
Well, they're really a bigger weight class because when they don't have their legs, it takes
It's
so much
all
weight.
muscle, yeah.
So if they were to have their legs, they may be a weight class or 2 higher.
I never thought about that.
Yeah,
That's crazy.
I've seen one in real life. Yeah, someone on our wrestling team at Rio had wrestled against someone that had that.
Did he get his ass whooped?
He did win. He just didn't. The guy was all muscle because he's a bigger weight class. He just doesn't have legs.
Yeah.
But I will say a shout out to Sarah. Sarah is Highlanders 89. Jordan is cool. So,
all right,
shout
Sarah.
out
I'm never gonna forget that. I apologize for calling you Mason.
Yeah, thank you for tuning in, and you're welcome for mentioning it. Always. That's really important. Anytime you're in the chat, drop a comment. We'll always shout you out. That's what it's supposed to be. You know?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Exactly, and that's the thing is the interaction that we're trying to have with the store makes the conversations that much better. So, Sarah, if you have anything to contribute, we'll definitely give you that shout out.
So what do you? So how do you feel about the Bengals, man? We got about 7 days? No, what's today? Tuesday. We have 10 days.
Yeah, we've about 10 days. The season will start earlier than the Bengals play.
Mm-hmm.
Starts on that Friday. It starts early, just a few days earlier. But
we start on a Thursday, right? Thursday Night Football.
Is it? It's
Is it?
It's 2 days before I thought. I don't know. I'll have to check the first day. But the Bengals itself, I'm looking forward to it. I think Burrow's going to be healthy, and I think that's the biggest
he looks
worry.
good, bro. He looks
really
thick.
good. He has put some.
Yeah, they're calling him
some beef on
Fragile Burrow. That is
Glass Joe?
bullshit.
Glass
Glass
Joe?
Joe. No,
call
no.
him
Joe Shiesty's looking good.
He's looking thick, bro.
He's
like
ready-
those
he's ready to fuck shit up.
those legs are looking way thicker than they were the past 2 years. How do you feel about Jamar? Just pay him, get it over with.
Yeah,
Pay him,
I mean,
get it
he's definitely going to pay
Pay
Jamar.
him.
It just the thing is that the longer they wait, the higher he's going to cost. It's just straight up.
Oh shit!
The longer they wait, the higher he's costing.
Right, because the longer they wait, they're not saying no.
Well, so how it kind of works is when a wide receiver gets a max contract. When a wide receiver gets a max deal, the next person, it raises the market. So when a quarterback gets signed, the next quarterback costs more money.
Mm-hmm.
Even if they're not necessarily the quality of Joe Burrow, they're going to make more money than Joe Burrow, and that's just how the NFL. Which we talked about the athletes getting richer.
Lamar Joe.
Yep, exactly. You know, and that's the thing is like the athletes are getting so much money. I just think it needs to come down. I don't know. You can't. I'm not here to get in someone's pockets, but like, let's go. Let's be
For
real.
sure.
It's
It's-
a lot of money.
I'm the first to say I'll never knock a man's hustle. You know what I'm saying? If the guy's beating on drums on a street corner, or he wants to play ball, or he wants to do what we're doing and do creative entrepreneurship and get into the digital side of things and connect with communities, like, you know, we've all got our things, right? But you know, there has to be less of a gap between being able to make a difference with your craft and not being able to get the traction you need to make an impact. You know?
For sure. Hey, I wanna ask Sarah a question real quick. Sarah, when's your birthday? When's your birthday? When's Christmas? Which one's first?
Right.
Because I think
Either
we
the
need
26th or
to
the
hook
31st.
Sarah up with something. She's always commenting on native
I
stuff.
see it, for sure.
For sure. Yeah, and she was commenting so much, and it was always like when Mason was here, like Mason would leave, and all of a sudden I would see Hollander pop up on Instagram, and I just assumed that they were the two together.
Okay,
Yeah.
I got you.
But yeah, I think we should hook Sarah up with something. She said she gets native stuff for her birthday and Christmas.
A loyal customer, right? And a faithful follower of the stream. Come on.
For sure, bro. And that's the thing, man. You're tuning into this, and this is the most relaxing yet like exhausting things that we do because of the fact that we've done 230 episodes, and it's like we're here for 3 hours every Tuesday, and then I get home at midnight and I'm in the doghouse, and then I wake up and I'm either hungover, I got to get right back to the store, and it's like, this is definitely fun, but I don't expect people to tune in. So Sarah, if you're tuning in, paying attention, I love you and I appreciate you, and we want to make sure that you're laced up for.
My birthday is first.
So the
Birthday's first. All right.
first.
When's your birthday?
Well, yeah, when's the birthday?
Let's see. September. I'm gonna guess November
September?
17th.
September, baby.
You think September? I'm gonna say November
I was
17th.
asking.
Gonna- yeah.
Past the week. Say it's close to Halloween.
I think her birthday's already passed, so I'm gonna say June.
Oh shit, June, baby.
I don't know. June.
No, she said her birthday is for April 14th.
April
Okay.
14th. My son's is
Well,
April 28th.
When I read it, I just read it as the birthday had already happened, and then I was just using
Birthday
English.
and then Christmas.
The
All
birthday
right. All right, Sarah, we're going to hook you up with a Christmas gift. Make sure
April 14th. Well, happy belated birthday.
right? How old are you?
Yeah, what's the information? So many questions.
I'm
That's
gonna
the cool part.
guess.
When you got people
989
commenting, like the
Jordan is
conversation
cool.
doesn't just
It's
have to be
super
cool.
between
I'm gonna-
the four of us. We got people to conversate within our
context.
community, right?
I'm gonna guess 14.
89 Jordan. The fact that 19.
19. I was way off, bro.
I don't know, you were close
His
enough.
name is Swag.
19. All right. So Jordan. is-
Universe, welcome.
Yep.
College? You going to college?
What's your thing? Do you like sports? Obviously, for Jordan.
Right. That's the better question. Is it Michael Jordan? Is that who you're talking about right now?
Probably. I mean, that's.
Man, I've been addicted to this sports collecting group that I'm in right now.
Sports collecting,
Yeah, bro. I've got so many like
Like cards.
memorabilia,
bro.
cards. What do we talk? Like gear.
I've got probably like 30,000 baseball cards,
30,000.
but they're all from like 1988 to 1992. Like baseball and basketball.
Yeah.
Like when Stadium Club came out, like I was heavy into that. I've got a lot of the top stadium clubs. But the problem is like the wax, they call it the wax junk era because they produced so many baseball cards that a lot of them really aren't worth anything. And then the top stadium club, when those came out, they were the first ones to have that glossy shit on the front and back of the card.
Yeah. No,
And-
the holographic. You mean?
No,
Or the
just gloss.
Actual gloss.
Just gloss.
Breaking away from the mat or like the soft, like the
All
screen
ruined,
color.
bro. All ruined.
Wow.
Like I mean, they're not all like if I had them separately, like put in the plastic sheets, they're
Yeah,
okay. But if any of them are touching, that gloss just stuck together, bro. So you're peeling them off and you're just ripping the
Right, they hadn't learned the point. They'd figured out how to gloss them. They didn't figure out how to treat them to keep them preserved yet.
for sure. And then
So that
the
was
white.
up to you, the collector, to be able to even to figure that out the hard way.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. And then the wax junk era, all those cards are kind of just bowed like that because they're all just cardboard, right? But I've got autographs. I met all these guys too: Mickey Mantle, Willie Mays, Lou Brock,
What?
Hank Aaron, Billy Williams, Nolan Ryan, Frank Thomas. Who else do I have? Yogi Berra. I've got the OGs. And just living in Chicago, I was able to go to the Chicago Expo Center. Like when I met Mickey Mantle, it cost I think it was $14 for him to sign a photo, and then $28 to sign a baseball. But like some of the biggest prized possessions I have, I've got Michael Jordan on a baseball bat, and I got his autograph on a baseball. So it's like, some people have the Jordan on a basketball, but like how rare is it to have it on a baseball bat? Birmingham Barons, bro. I got to go see him play too. That shit was fire, bro.
That's amazing.
Yeah, he definitely didn't look like he needed to be a baseball player. He was so tall and skinny, and then he had on the Birmingham Baron. Were they 10s or 12s? I think they were 12s. But super fire, bro. Like being able to go there and see him play.
That's amazing.
Yeah. I saw him strike out. I saw him get walked, and then
Okay.
and then he slid into third, and I got the dust in my face. We were on the third baseline, but I did catch a foul ball from that game, and I gave it to my sister. She was sitting next to me. She lost it, bro.
She lost it.
Gigi, if you're watching, look for who would the Birmingham Barons be? Would that be National or American? That's the White Sox, so that would be American, right?
American League.
White Sox would be
American Minor League.
Nationals, Cubs.
yes.
So
White
so
Sox
it'd
are
be
American.
keep an eye out for a ball that has American League written on it. If it's sitting anywhere in your mom's house, grab it. I'll pay you for it. Let's go. Bro, the movies are lit right now, man. There are so many movies out, and I'm bummed that I haven't caught up with any of it.
I feel so behind in that, man.
Dude,
I love movies
it's like
too.
3 or 4. It's like 3 or 4 thrillers coming out. I know The Crow is one of them because they've been pushing that.
yeah, with Skarsgård, that shit looks fire, dude.
The Alien movie.
Yep,
That's
that's out right now, I think.
Oh, it's already out now.
I think it just came out.
Okay.
Beetlejuice.
Right.
Let me
Tyrell, you got a mic up there, right? You've seen movies recently, just right here in the building. Like there's been a lot of things in and out of this place. Like just
he
constantly
needs
releasing.
his own Siskel and Ebert, bro. Like we can make it happen where he goes up there, watches the movie, and then comes right down
Does
here
a review.
and does a review.
Yes.
10 minutes after he watches
Oh, we
it,
can
bro.
make that happen. We could.
I've been telling him, man.
Come
I'm like,
on,
if
people
you're
need to leverage the resources that we have right here within the
especially,
building,
bro,
especially.
because AMC's got that $20 a month pass where you can watch, what is it, 4 movies a week? 3 movies a week,
But
bro,
still, I mean,
for
that's
$20 a month. So you
Monday-
can see
Monday,
you can see
Wednesday,
12 movies in 1 month for $20.
Monday, Wednesday, Friday.
What?
Yeah. Like literally, you can walk out if it sucks. Like, you know what I mean? Like that's how
And
how
not feel
good,
bad. Not feel bad about it. you
not
know?
feel bad about it. That's how good that deal is. You can just walk out and be like, "Nah, I'm good."
All right, on to
Nah,
the
never
next
mind.
one.
On to the next. Yeah,
I'll be back next Monday.
yeah, bro. But where was I going with that? I was on to something good there. Movies. Oh,
Tyrell
Well,
would be like,
Yeah,
Tyrell,
no, Tyrell was
Tyrell
gonna-
going upstairs watching the movie and coming down and doing an AMC review.
Yeah,
AMC
and I-
release review.
and I wanted to try something real quick. Alexa, Beetlejuice.
Oh snap!
oh, Vay, you dropped the razzle dazzle.
Tyrell, bro, you gonna be like Keith
The
Lee, bro.
the razzle dazzle's down.
Like, Keith Lee on movie reviews.
Oh snap!
Alexa, Beetlejuice.
I'm having trouble hearing. Can you say that again?
Beetlejuice. I said it 3 times.
So what happens?
What
Pull it-
in the world?
Here, do you want to pull my mic up to it? Do we got it? So what happens when you say Beetlejuice's name 3 times to Alexa?
I don't know. About to find out.
And it's just the same with Siri. And you got an iPhone, right?
It's like
about to
Candy
learn.
Man.
About to learn today.
You remember? Hey, yo, Tyrell, you remember Candy
Mad
Man?
scientist experiments
bro.
happening live right now here on the.
Had a
All
whole
right.
generation
All right,
series,
let's
bro.
try this again. I'm going to ask Alexa because Beetlejuice is coming out. And I said Beetlejuice, and it said that Beetlejuice is now the theme is activated. So let's try this again. Alexa, Beetlejuice. Damn, I keep hitting the stop button on this bitch. Alexa, Beetlejuice.
All right, let's hear it.
Now's my chance.
Oh no. I can't believe you said his name 3 times again. Watch out. Here he comes.
Where is he?
Alexa just said that.
Alexa just said, "Watch out! Here he comes." Like
Hey.
Beetlejuice is.
Y'all better be safe out here. That's crazy.
Sheesh. Why did you
She said.
She says, "Sheesh."
Shut up, dude.
No way.
Say it
Hey,
with
we
me.
on some new age stuff, bro.
Beetlejuice.
Alexa just changed That just changes.
Bro, everybody's about to go do this.
Is this Well, that's an Easter egg right there.
Whatever you do, do not say his name 3 times again.
Whatever you do, don't say his name 3 times again.
Don't do it.
Alexa doesn't usually ask us of requests. Usually we ask Alexa of requests, but she just begged us not to say Beetlejuice 3 times again.
That's wild.
Alexa, she trying to warn us. She trying to make sure we good now.
Hey.
AI's getting a
So
little
listen,
out of
that's it.
hand.
You know,
she
I-
sounded concerned too. Did you hear how
I saw-
concerned Alexa
Out of pocket.
I saw somebody the other day ask Alexa like what her reasoning was, and it was like to gather data and to listen to everybody's conversations. It was
Yeah, that's
it
pretty
was-
straightforward.
It was something where it was like she had to ask it a certain question like what's the reason that you're here, and it was literally like, we're here to spy on you. Like literally, that was
Basically,
it.
right.
Let's try to get real with you.
But hey,
To paraphrase.
I 100% agree that you are. Just push it down, the whole thing. There you go. There it is.
Yeah, perfect.
I'm 100% on board with you listening to every conversation that I have. You know what I mean? It doesn't bug me. I'm not doing anything legal out of my house. And if you want to alert that I need new dog food, like I'm low on dog food, or like if I'm talking about something and then the commercial pops up on my Fire Stick, I'm cool with it.
I have had the algorithm definitely work in my favor and send me things. I'm like, you know what? I would not have sought this out, but it heard me talking about wanting to improve this skill, wanting to improve in this area of my life, or wanting to learn about, or just generally, like you said, this is a topic of conversation with the people, that I frequent, conversation with. And they're like, hey, this is what they're talking about. And sometimes it almost feels like it's reading your mind simply because you talk about three things and it's like, well, guess what? The people who talk about these three things usually also like this thing you've been thinking about.
Yeah.
So they're like, let's get ahead of them now, right? They're like getting ahead of that part of the market by basically reading your mind by predicting what you want based on what you've already bought or are already talking about.
Or are they influencing you to get that next item?
Right. That's the idea, is they're trying to influence you. Even if they didn't read your mind, they're trying to get ahead of it and just get you there, even if you've only been kind of like thinking about it a little bit.
They know,
Dude,
they know you're into music, so they suggest suggest a guitar. They know this. They it's
They
just,
know if you want to do music, you're going to need, more than just music equipment. You're going to need all of the equipment and
Yeah.
marketing stuff that goes around it. So here's how to market your business. You've been thinking about marketing your music. Now they're going to give you the marketing tools. Yo, shout out.
Yeah, bro. And damn, I lost my train of thought again.
You'll have that.
about what it's targeting us.
No, it was
Changing topic.
yeah, I was
Shifting.
I was tapped in, bro.
That was a little interesting, though. That was definitely the.
You know what, man? Like the
I like how. I mean, it's getting. Everyone's ready for Halloween. I will say that. That's what it's looking like to me.
Dude.
Halloween is approaching us.
It is
and it's a month
it is
and a
the
half away.
perfect time because like Halloween is my favorite holiday only because of the weather changing, like the outfits, like there's a lot more than just the one day of like going and dressing up and
Right.
being a part of like the madness. Like there's
beauty in it in the fall time,
oh yeah, for sure,
And the
bro.
change,
Yeah, the changing of the fall time. It's all about the I don't have to sweat anymore. Like if I can like layer up, like being in the clothing industry, like layering is something that we always do, right? So
Yeah.
being able to throw a flannel on over the top of a t-shirt, or to be able to throw that jacket on that you can only wear 3 months out of the year, because then you got to go from like your or less than that, because you got to go from your day-to-day like super dope coat to like it's wintertime, I need the fucking thickest one I got.
Yeah, this is for survival, not for fit. Like,
Yeah, bro.
right,
Survival.
survival.
Yeah.
Survival.
But speaking of Halloween, man, maybe we should tease this a little bit.
We should. I think it's about that time to let them know what we're doing here. Check
All
this
right.
out. I'm gonna put you on this camera here.
We should have.
Is that what I think it is?
Yeah, bro, and we should have hashtagged or talked about Hypercolor. So, for people that don't know, Hypercolor was a big company that came out in 1989. It was a color changing technology, and in like 1991, they got picked up by Merry-Go-Round and a couple other stores. They had the complete proprietary copyright on the color changing technology. So they they launched in like 1991. They did really well. 92, they crushed it. They were making $53 million every 3 months. And then by 1994, the company went belly up. So there was no remnants left of it. You couldn't see it online. There was no videos. It couldn't go viral. But in 2010 to 2013, I legally bought the trademark to Hypercolor. It was over basically a shot at Bobby Mackey's that I didn't win this trademark, but that's how I acquired it. So this shirt right here, this is just a plain purple T-shirt. It doesn't have the Hypercolor logo on it yet, but check this out. This is the best part of the T-shirt.
Oh, so the heat gives you pink, and the coolness of the room gives it purple.
Yeah, bro. So you've got
That is beautiful. Look, so and you're gonna get a lot of different depending on what they're doing, right? We're selling this as streetwear. What happens in the street? You heat up, you cool off.
Yeah, bro. And that's the best part about it. So we've got other colors. So purple to pink.
What's this gold one do?
This is gold to yellow.
This mustard gold, I like it.
Yeah.
To a sunshine yellow.
Kind of what you're wearing right now. This is
I got that's the idea for the Storm Collection one. Was the sunshine yellow, right?
This is
the
that
elements.
Kanye collection right here. This is
No
that
shit.
that brown to yellow.
That earthy. Okay, and it still kind of comes out to like the mustard yellow.
Yeah. So you got that one, and then this is my favorite here. This is the green to yellow. I called this one.
It's very earthy. I love it, right?
Yeah, dude. Earth tones are the best, man.
Absolutely.
So here we go.
And that's right there at that sunshine yellow again.
Green to yellow, bro. And like, look, this is how easy it changes. So if you put your hand on it for a couple seconds and just pull it away, boom. Let's go.
I run hot, man. You're gonna see these things change on me just as soon as I put it on.
Yeah, bro, and that's the thing. So these shirts, they were crazy popular in the '90s. They disappeared. I am the legal last owner of the Hypercolor trademark, and we found 400 of these things in our storage unit. So we're gonna redrop these for Halloween down here at the levee. We're actually getting together a totally killer 90s party. It's going to be a full activation on the levee where every bar and restaurant is throwing a Halloween party. And we're going to be giving away costume contest winners. Like, it's going to be a whole thing down here. It's going to be a whole like installation for the entire levee.
That's amazing.
I can't wait for it, bro.
So you own Hypercolor as a trademark, and you've also purchased Fido Dido.
Yeah.
Right? For 7-Up.
Yeah, bro.
So you're like, you're obviously, a collector. Right? If any of you watch, and if you've ever been to this store, you know that this is a place where everything in its own right is a collectible, and it's been collected, and the people that are part of this native brand community, we're part of the collection too. Yeah.
For sure, bro. And that's the thing. Like, so once I the Hypercolor thing was a fluke. It was an accident. I met a trademark attorney.
You collect trademarks now.
Well, and websites. I got a lot of websites.
Oh, he mentioned that to me. We got to talk about that later.
Yeah.
I'm the tech guy. I want to talk website.
Yeah,
website.
it's pretty dope.
You mean domain names, right?
Yeah. Yeah, collect them, bro.
We got to talk.
And they all lead right back to the native brand website. But so the Hypercolor thing, I met a guy down at a bar, and I bought him and his girl a shot. And he didn't realize, he thought I was getting free drinks, and I paid for him, and he felt so bad that he was like, "Hey, I'll give you a free hour of trademark talk. I'm a patent and trademark attorney." And it's like, okay, all right, whatever. And he kept calling to just be good on his end, where he was like, "Look, you bought me and my girl a shot. I didn't realize that you weren't getting them for free, and I feel bad." So he called me up, and I was looking up Hypercolor. I'm like, there's no way this thing disappeared. So I said, look, bro, look up Hypercolor, see what's happening, and then let me know. So he looks it up, calls me back. He's like, you're not going to believe it. Trademark goes up in 28 days. Every 3 years, they're reissuing the trademark. Same lady's reissuing it, but instead of reissuing it on the day that it expires, she's letting it expire that night, and then the next morning then she's filing the trademark so that she can squeeze one more day on the 3-year trademark on it. So he was like, if we submit at 11 p.m. on this night, there's a good chance that we'll win the trademark. So we submitted the IP at 11 p.m. and we beat her by 6 hours. So when that thing lapsed, when it went up for, it's now no longer just how websites are. If you got a web domain,
right.
and the web domain says, hey,
Pay your bill.
pay your bill. It's going to be up in 10 days. It's going to be up in 1 day. Instead of her paying it on that 1 day, she was letting it expire just to squeeze out another 12 hours. And so we submitted right then, and then we beat her. So now I legally own Hypercolor. So we found a manufacturer that knows how to work with the technology, and we launched these T-shirts. And it was like, we had 9 stores in New York, 12 in Cali, 2,000 pre-sale orders, and all we had was a splash page of a website that said Hypercolor on it, coming soon.
No, there's so much to be had there. For the
Oh,
native
for sure,
brand,
dude.
for individual branding, for resurgence branding,
Bro, we
There's-
were at the top of the food chain. I was going through moves 12 years ago that I was like, I still to this day, if it happened to me today, I would be blown away. Like, People Magazine did a story on us. Us Weekly put our clothes in there as like a 90s thing, like where it was like if you were in the 90s, like these were the clothes that you have to have. So it's crazy that and I. Actually,
And
it
you
was
see
there was
lot
a
of that. You see
file
lot of
that
these brands doing that.
A-listers are loving. It's like brands that A-listers are loving, and it had a photo of Mario Lopez and like our T-shirts right there, bro. And I remember we got the photo shoot done right next to Riverfront Pizza over there in Covington.
Yeah.
At Chuck Kinney's place. So Talon Kinney,
Mhm.
killing the game.
Killing it.
Killing it, bro. He's getting offers from every single college that you can imagine, and he's a player right here in Newport, Kentucky, bro.
It's pretty amazing. To get
It is. But then you see what he's been doing, and that it like basketball's been instilled in this kid since he was 6 years old, 5 years old,
6
3
years
years
old.
old. Bro, he's been training at 6. By the time he was 6, he was already fucking going in and out of the cones. You know what I mean? By the time
Right.
he was 9, he was setting up free throw shots. By the time he was 11, he was 3-point line. Like, this kid is like, he's born to do it, bro. And he's only probably 6'1", 6'2", but like the kid is phenomenal, bro. He's got the shot of Steph Curry, but he's not arrogant. He passes the ball as much as he shoots, bro. And that's key. You know how it is when it comes to basketball,
I'm thinking
man.
combo guard.
You got to like, if you want to stand out, you can't always be the one driving to the lane. If you can drop off and some dope alley oop or some a bounce pass in between two defenders is just as dope as a jump shot. You know what I mean? In
Period.
my eye,
If not better, because you're seeing that teamwork come to life. You're seeing
100%,
people
bro.
working together, and that in itself is more personal, right? That's more authentic than just look at me, look at me.
yeah. And he's all over social media right now. It's not him posting, it's
People posting him.
ESPN.
Yeah.
It's these elite basketball things that are like Taylor McKinney's in it again, like just crushing the game, dude.
Sarah's still with us. She's found the hidden lab.
Got the Joe Cool T-shirt.
The Joe Cool.
Oh, that Joe Cool is fire, bro.
Joe Cool's
Yeah.
dope, bro. It's been on a boat. That bad boy's been on a boat.
Jake,
He's
okay,
nice.
razzle dazzle. You dropped him. It was a man down situation. We were trying to get that. We were talking Beetlejuice.
Hey, look at that catch.
We're talking Beetlejuice.
Yeah, we were talking movies too, bro. Like there's so many movies that
I'm-
are
yeah, I'm way behind,
that are
yeah.
that are. You know what I do like about
don't watch
2024.
What's that?
How quick everything goes to on demand now. It's not a long drawn out process where,
You're waiting months.
bro, like they've eliminated the Danbury Dollar theaters. Think about that. Like when you go to the AMC,
Oh, okay, yeah.
you're paying top dollar, which now I like. It happened to Tyrell. Tyrell was like, I think ticket prices went up, and I was like, no, bro. This, depending on where you sit in the movie theater now, the tickets are either more expensive or less expensive.
So wait, they like the way they do it. If let's say you go to the Aronoff, right?
Bro, you got if you want to get seats right in the middle,
sectioning out the seats inside
they're
of
going to
the
be more.
theater
They're going to be
now?
more expensive in the middle.
No shit.
Less expensive up front, less expensive in the back or the sides.
So you don't got to look down or look up.
Right?
There's money.
I don't.
They said we're leaving money on the floor.
I don't
Literally.
I don't see how long that's going to last, because
That can't be. That's not. It can't be. Effective.
unless you're sitting in the first 2 rows, I've never complained ever.
Shark
you know what I
bait.
mean?
Hoo-ha-ha. Welcome.
You know what they could do is they could just do like a special ticket, and it has to be like a glow in the dark almost in a certain color, and you raise it if you're like blue in this lane, green in this lane, red in this lane. You could tell everyone should their tickets if they want to do a quick check to see who's in the proper location, because they got to check.
Oh,
people's
bro,
tickets, right?
I've never had that issue. If I'm sitting in the wrong seat, this motherfucker's going to tell me. And if I'm walking up to my seat and some kid's sitting in there, like, sorry, player, this one is paid for by me. You got to move.
read the ticket. I'm A36.
Like, hey,
let the civilians duke it out.
it's like the I think it was Bruce that had that joke where he was like, I wish a motherfucker was sitting in my seat.
Whatever
He's
happened
like-
to Bruce?
I think he passed away, right?
Oh man.
There's
Well,
there's
RIP
no way
Bruce.
there's no way he's not relevant
What
and
a
still
turn
around.
of conversation.
He did pass away.
Yeah. But yeah, bro. So, yeah, how do we get on that? We were just talking about seats at the movie theater. Oh yeah,
Movies.
because we were talking about all the movies that are just dropped within the past
Yeah.
6 months. But the crazy thing is, like, what I like about it is they don't last 6 months at AMC and they get dumped down to Danbury Dollar, where it's not $1, it's fucking $4.50, which are matinee prices at AMC now. Instead, it'll be in AMC for 3 weeks, a month, maybe 2 months, and then it goes on demand. You know
So
what I
is
mean?
The Danbury Dollar idea changed to just special movies like having playing Die Hard and playing like original Hocus Pocus. Have they changed? Like have they changed?
You know what,
dynamic?
man? I don't even know if
It's still around?
if cheap theaters are even around anymore.
We'll have to check. I think there is like an AMC kind of like a showcase kind of thing, like a breakdown, a Danbury version of it. But it's out on the East End. And then other than that, as far as playing the oldies go, rather than just taking the movies that are just fresh off the press and adding them and rotating them like that, the way they did for Danbury's, it's just drive-ins, right? There's still that one drive-in out in Hamilton. Those are the ones who are going to play the classics. Nobody's playing the classics for crowds of people. They're totally down to do that, to pass that, right? Because movies are culture.
Mhm.
You know, we're talking entertainment,
Halloween,
we're talking
Hocus
sports,
Pocus.
and Halloween. This is all a big part of
Kyle
culture.
says
And as
electric.
Midwesterns, we're highly shaped by the movies that we see and the music that we listen to.
Kyle in the building.
I just saw him. He stopped in.
I haven't seen him in forever, bro.
Last night. He stopped in. Yeah.
The dollar movie.
Dollar
No, you're not.
movies,
You don't got
Danbury.
dollar
Yeah,
movies.
I say Danbury,
Yeah, you remember when
you
you used to have to call the dollar? You have to use to call the hotline to hear the movie times, bro. Were you guys ever part of that?
Yeah, you had to call just to hear what was going on.
Before
It
the
wasn't
internet, bro, you had to call like the movie phone, 513-241-1414 or some shit like that. And you would call and they would give you the movie times, but it would hop in the middle of it. So it's not like you got the beginning of the message and then it went all 5 minutes through. Like you would call and it would just the shit would already be playing. So it'd be like 7:45, 9:45. And you're like, what movie was that? And then it would tell you the next movie. And if you didn't hear your movie, you just had to sit there and wait for the whole thing to loop back around, bro. Movie phone. That's it, too.
I saw it in Seinfeld.
513-241-1212. I really think that's a phone number. Let me see. Movie phone.
Think they would ever bring that back in like a podcast setting, so it just runs 24/7? People just switch out.
Yo, I think that there are right Discord servers and things like
I
that
would
that
imagine
just
Discord for
run
sure.
different
Yeah.
genres and
there's-
subcultures, niches, right? Niche communities where
There's
they're
gotta be-
airing out these genres of music and classes of movies.
Yeah, there's got to be some system out there that's telling people like when concerts are starting and something like that. So it's something that's probably been adapted, and it's not you calling a hotline. It's probably maybe like a website or something. I don't know. But I saw it for the first time in Seinfeld, so I know I'm I'm way too young for that, but
That's funny, bro. I was just reading the Seinfeld episode about Kramer right here. Like that was the first thing that popped up when I was looking at Movie Phone.
Yeah.
Oh, no kidding.
I was like, oh, that was a thing. That was cool. I was mad. I tried to call.
And you know what? You might be too young for it, but being back there behind the production booth, whether it's you back there or it's one of us back there, that's something we talked about last week. I'd love to.
Damn, that's from
It's
Cleveland.
Just being able to pull things up on the screen like that right there, real quick. Just pulling up a screen share for things like that.
That's a move right there.
Hell yeah.
Get to a point where I get good at that. But that's a dope thing. Like I said, Seinfeld was the first thing that came to mind because that's the only time I've ever seen that happen. It's cool.
Place a call in this area. You must dial the area code and the phone number.
All right, it said it's from Columbus. Columbus is
614.
not Columbus. Let's say Cleveland. Cleveland's 214, right?
I thought 216. Is that Cleveland?
216, bro. Look at.
I was gonna say I think I remember a hat or something.
Let's see if it works.
Hello?
Hi, is this Movie Phone? Hello, is this Movie Phone?
Well, we definitely heard a voice. It's somebody.
Hello, are you there?
Might not be movie phone anymore.
Hey, what's going on? This is Jeff Thomas live from Kiss 107 FM.
Oh, they got nervous.
So maybe they got.
Was that a recording or was that a real person?
That was a person. He just
That was
said
a real
hello.
person?
No, as soon as you said movie phone, they got real quiet. That was a person. 100%.
All right. Well, Movie Phone's not.
Yeah.
That dude owns 777 Film. Let me call him back.
See,
Tell
we
him
can't
you are
work a
sitting on a
deal.
gold mine right
So we
now.
can't work out a
You
deal.
might need to do something with that phone number, my guy.
You got to go from websites to phone numbers now, right? And that's going to take some more one-on-one negotiating.
Wow, dude.
If you could just sit there and just buy phone numbers, like old phone numbers, like remember the commercials of like singing the phone numbers?
Right.
Yeah. JG, what?
877.
877 cash now.
Yeah. 877
Call
cash now.
Oh.
877 cash now.
That's the only.
444.
That's the
I was
only
just going to bring up 444. Yeah.
I used to
That's
live next door to one of the.
There's a billboard
Lawyers.
in Bond
Oh,
Hill.
bro.
There's a billboard in Bond Hill.
What is
444.
that?
Oh, not just the
old video?
billboard. He's got electronic music remixes that
I
are
wish-
nationally famous and dropped in front of
I'm-
thousands of people. That
I'm sure. I was just
based on
referencing it.
remixes of it.
I remember when they updated
Amy
it.
Cooper's Billiams in the building.
I remember when they updated
Sachin,
it.
what's
and
up?
It was he was he was the heavy hitter. He was throwing the punch, and then they changed his fist to it had the Bengals logo on it. So I was just like, I remembered that. I remember seeing it.
Damn, I'm trying to remember what commercial that was.
It's the best way to remember
The
phone
kid,
numbers,
the
man.
kid would always. It was a car insurance.
That's how you do it. Just gotta start making jingles, guys.
We have the tools.
We do have the tools.
This
and the
this
people.
shit was so popular back then. I cannot believe I can't remember it. It was like a younger dude with like a guitar, and he was just fucking plucking away like
Does he also do like taps and stuff like
877 cash now, like one of those like.
Oh wait, FREE, that spells free. Creditreport.com, baby.
That's it, bro.
I got you, though.
All right. Say it again.
FREE, that spells free. Creditreport.com, baby.
Yeah, bro.
And this guy was world famous for this, you know?
Always dressed for the job he wants. So why am I dressed up like a pirate in this restaurant? It's all because some hacker stole my identity. Now I'm in here every evening serving chowder and iced tea. Should have gone to freecreditreport.com.
Right, so he had multiple versions, too.
Oh yeah.
They were like, will you do another one?
Credit and send you email alerts so you don't end up selling
This man has to be loaded.
T-shirts.
It's got to be.
Oh,
All
no,
right,
he's
all
getting,
right.
he's getting perpetually paid for that.
How much is this kid worth? Because he's done probably 6 or 8 of those commercials, right? Like I remember like various versions of that fucking freecreditreport.com. How much money do you think he made off of those commercials?
I'm gonna say the
well,
equivalent.
Oh, this was all 9 commercials.
But she didn't tell me her credit was bad. So now instead of living in
The
a
pop
pleasant
punk version, the
summer,
pop
we're
punk
living
one,
in the
yep.
basement at her mom and dad. Though we can't get a loan for a respectable.
You've never seen these, have you?
I have. It just reminds me, or when I'm hearing it, sounds like Weird Al.
Sure does.
I was gonna say he was
The
friends
World
with-
Owl of the
Weird Al
of the
Free
jingle
Credit.
of the jingle for free
He is
credit.
Jingle. Well, he's
I was gonna say he was friends with Weird Al or Blink 182, one of them.
Subcompact FREE, that spells free.
Yeah.
Creditreport.com, baby. Saw their ads on my TV. Thought about going, but was too lazy. Now instead of looking fly and rolling fat, my legs are sticking to the vinyl and my posse's getting laughed at. FREE,
My posse's
that
getting
spells free.
laughed at.
Creditreport.com, baby.
Let's go,
I'm gonna
dude.
go home and check my credit now.
Man, I want to know how much that dude's worth for real.
That dude's gotta be worth some money.
I want to know how much money he brought to free
What's his name?
creditreport.com.
That's the difference, right? We talk entertainers. You guys can tell me, the names of a guy who played like one single position on
commercial,
a
yeah.
field, right? Like one position on a field for a 3-year stint. This guy is timelessly the free credit report.com
Forever.
jingle guy with no
Forever.
like immediate name that comes to mind.
All right, I'm gonna give out a phone number,
oh
and you guys need to tell me who you're calling. 588-2300.
Empire, fuck.
Isn't that crazy, dude?
But I can't remember what I had for breakfast last Tuesday.
Right. I literally
I don't
can't remember if we
bro.
ate today.
We
JG
did.
Wentworth was OP.
That's
It was
what
before
Andrew.
its
That's
time.
why you're an operating partner.
JGWentworth.com.
Remember when we
Its
ate?
time.
yeah, I'll tell you when things happen.
This is one of my favorite commercials, and it freaks Kalen out.
Hey, my friend.
I can't even. His shirt is fire. It's like the back of it is
See,
a
the Spider-Man?
Spider-Man, yeah, like comic cover.
Reverse fishbowl moment sometimes, right?
Oh, dude, love it. Yeah, he was like, "Look at me."
We're looking.
So this commercial here, this was something that played in
Ew.
Chicago,
Okay.
and it's a fucking classic, bro. Like if you're from Chicago, like you know about Eagle Insurance, and every time I say this to Kaylin, she like gets the fucking heebie-jeebies. Like, "Have I've got something for you?" She's like, "Stop! Don't do it! Stop!"
Sounds like some Halloween stuff.
Oh, dude, this commercial is fucking amazing. And honestly, I want to redo cheesy commercials like this.
What's that? What's that?
Do you have insurance on this car?
No.
It must be Eagle Man.
I've got something for you.
That is the most uncomfortable insurance mascot I have ever seen.
And he later-
That's creepy.
Whoa!
This
Oh, look at those low rates.
what the fuck did you?
What?
I cannot unsee that or unhear that. I
Dude.
wish we could have pulled. We definitely got to get to a point where we can just pull stuff up on the
we
screen
can, but sometimes we get flagged.
We got, you know what's crazy? Somehow we got
The
flagged.
algorithm
We were
working against
watching skateboarding from here from one of the cameras, and it still flagged it somehow.
Yeah.
It still knew that we were watching Japanese skateboarding on TV.
It was dope though. It
was
got into
fire, bro.
It got into the algorithm of the TV. It would come on every time I'd put on the podcast. It would just pop on randomly.
Yeah.
I'm like, all right,
We just don't do that anymore.
Yeah.
We don't want to get flagged. That's all.
we don't need
Understood.
But
that.
We're going live though. Fuck it.
that is wild.
We're going live.
That is
We're
wild.
here.
That
We're out
commercial is cringy,
that's weird.
and the sounds hurt my ears. The squealing was like, oh man,
As Bailey would say, it was very uncomfy.
it was uncomfortable. And that bird laying in
Michael Altman in the building.
What's up, Michael?
Was bobbing.
Altman, if you're still watching, we were just talking about our totally killer '90s party that we're gonna do down here at the Levee, You're going to hear about it in an email in a day or two. But we are looking to do a full activation at Newport on the Levee for Halloween, October 26th. Every bar, every restaurant, anybody who wants to participate, it's going to be a full activation Halloween party.
I love how that sounds. Full activation.
Did you see how many times they said that after I said full activation? She was like, oh, we could have a full activation. We could have a full activation where this one's doing this one and this one's doing them, and then Shiners can do country music. And I'm like, that's full activation, right?
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
Full activation.
That word activation just makes it sound legit. Like primo.
Chef's kiss.
Yeah. Yeah, and we're just shooting from the hip here.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Just trying to put on a pub crawl that's turned into this.
Yeah, yeah. Like I like that I told her my thought process. We wanted to do this, and then we axed that, and then we want to do this, and then we cut that out, and then we want to do this, and then we added this in. It's like I want you to see the process to know what marketing really is, because we think about everything on the long scale. Like not only. Hey, I know they are, bro. That's the thing, man. The levy is so Michael Altman just tapped in and said they're listening, which is the marketing team down here at the levy. So Mike, what we were talking about doing, man, was having a full installation down here at the levy, October 26th. They love the idea of doing a Halloween fest down here, where every bar, every restaurant has their own party. Whether it be Shiners doing country, whether it's Amador doing Latin music, but everybody having either like some costume contest, and then if you go to Amador and if you win the costume contest, you'll get a prize from Amador, but then you'll get entered into the main contest of the best creature on the levee, or the best character on the levee, and from there. The levy is going to give you some sort of package where we're trying to link up with Aloft and a couple things where you can have like an experience down here. But our idea is to have all the bars and all the restaurants all promoted at the same time. Instead of saying, well, we're competing against each other, let's just get the entire community down here on the levee to have one big party, one big Halloween party. You can park your car and you can go to 5 different bars without moving your car. You know what I mean? Like, you don't have anything to worry about. There's detailed security here. You're not going to have to run around downtown, pop in different bars, wait in lines, pay cover charges, and then, find your car to get home. Like, it's all going to be right here. It's going to be a full activation where you can pop into different bars and restaurants if you want. If you want to try Latin, if you want to try country, if you want to try a 90s prom, like there's going to be a bunch of different installations that we're going to try down here. And I think it's going to be fun, man. It's one of those things where like I always want to go out on Halloween, but I don't want to deal with the madness. I don't want to go out. I don't want to park on the street and then have to walk 3 blocks with my wife in a short skirt, high heels. You know what I mean? I don't want to wait outside in line when everybody in line knows who the fuck you are and they're all going, what are you, a Pittsburgh Steelers player? Why are you standing in the line? You know what I mean? Like, yeah. It's one of those things where being down here, you'll be able to pop in and out of probably 7 to 10 different activations that we're going to have down here. And I really like the idea of doing like a 90s prom with like carries, like movie playing in the background, something like that.
I think also, look at Mike always coming. Amador equal hypercolor.
Right, tying that in with the 90s brand and with the conversation. He wasn't even here for the hypercolor conversation.
Oh, he knows,
he
bro.
Knows what's up.
Altman knows. That's my homie from way back in the day. Yeah. Yeah, we've lived 2 lives. That's probably the best way to think about it. I don't know if you're talking about the band Oasis, but let's go. They're like
anyways, here's one.
They're coming back, bro. Yeah. He posted something. What do you say? I hate the word former, and just that one post that Liam posted got the entire world talking. All he said was, "I hate the word former," and everybody goes,
like he's a former
"They're
star.
back." They're back.
Oh, okay.
And so Oasis, they're gonna do a couple shows in Europe, right? Wherever they're from. Where the fuck are they from?
They are a Euro band.
They're from the Wonderwall. They are from Wonderwall.
Well, they made Wonderwall.
No, they're from Wonderwall, right? Because like I'm your Wonderwall.
Oh, you talking about the song?
That's the band.
Yeah.
Michael's.
That was a joke that didn't hit, bro.
It didn't.
It happens. It happens.
So it's like go like that.
Anyways,
All
here's
right.
Wonderwall.
All right,
Today's
gonna be the
day, and they're gonna bring it back to you.
Yeah. Okay.
By now, you should have somehow
realized
realized what you gotta do.
Hey, there's the story.
We gotta splice that one up, put that one on for our
Yeah,
reel.
bro. Altman. All right. Check it out, buddy. So
Manchester,
for people that weren't
Manchester,
paying
England,
attention,
he says.
Hypercolor, we owned this back in 2010 to 2013. We've got about 400 Hypercolor shirts that we're going to relaunch during this event down here. So I think we're still looking at maybe giving like $1,000 in Hypercolor shirts away, just to try to get people from other states down here.
Yeah.
But yeah, we're definitely.
You can see that. Look, you can see that clear as day on the stream.
Oh,
too.
it's crazy, bro. It's crazy. And this is like that technology it's a game changer, man. Like when people look at that, like you can change the canvas. It's like, yeah, bro, like this is a blank t-shirt. Like when has anybody looked at a blank t-shirt and gone, like no logos on it yet? You know what I mean? Like that's the best part about it. So yeah, these Hypercolor shirts, man, we're gonna drop them for Halloween. Hopefully we're gonna be able to take that money to fund our next project was going to be the hat vending machines. That's the big goal.
Very excited for the hat vending machines,
bro. It's a game changer, man. I really believe that this is going to be the next step that's gonna propel us to the next.
I fully believe in that idea and where it's going to take the native brand and just our team as a whole. Like this is next level stuff, Jay.
It really is, bro. Like no one's got this vending machine. Nobody does. And like I'm on the horn with Ryan Gee from Japan, bro. It's like
you brought it up. Japan is exactly where my head goes. Is in Japan you can get fucking anything.
That's where they're made at,
right?
bro.
But in the United States, we hear vending machine, we think snacks.
Yeah.
We think drinks, secondary even.
Yeah.
And
you know what's crazy? I've been studying a lot about vending machines. Like I've been learning the nerdy shit, like where to put it, how much to charge, who charges you, like the whole nine. And what I found out is if you've got one Coke machine sitting on a wall, if you sell 200 Cokes a month out of there, and then if somebody puts a Pepsi machine next to it, how many Cokes do you think you sell the next month?
300.
We sell 300 instead of 200,
Yeah.
so you sell more even though Pepsi's next to you?
Because people now have that. Now people have a choice, and now,
that's it, bro. Look at you. Did I already tell you that?
No, I was just feeling it.
That's it, bro. That's
Because
100%
I was
it.
like, my first thought was, now we have a competitor. Oh wait, we have a choice. And at this point in the game, yes, there are people who prefer Pepsi, but more people prefer Coke.
And that's, bro, you fucking nailed it, because when you walk by a Coke machine, your brain goes, do I need a Coke? But if you walk past a Coke and a Pepsi machine,
Now it's one or the other. It's not yes or
your
no. It's
brain
one or the
goes,
other.
do I need a Coke or a Pepsi? And it literally goes from 200 sodas a month to 300 sodas a month with that competition next to it. And not only is this a proven fact, but Burger King and McDonald's have adapted this, and they've done it numerous thousands of times, where they're following the status quo, where if we open up a Burger King next to the McDonald's, you're not going to say, do I need breakfast? You're going to say, do I want McDonald's or Burger King's breakfast?
Right.
You know what I mean? Like once you get past those two, it's not a am I hungry? It's a what am I hungry for? It's like the human psyche
Our
is
boy
crazy.
Altman said cultural juxtaposition.
Hey, my
love that.
favorite word in
Absolutely.
the English
And shout out
dictionary.
Burkus Beer jumping in the broadcast
Hey.
with us in the
It's
building.
literally like that in Covington.
Shout out Perkins Beer for joining
McDonald's
us.
and Burger King is right next to each other.
Bro, and they make more money teaming up in doing that, which is crazy. You think it's competition. It's like, no, this is just amplifying what we're doing right now.
And it amplifies the differences, right? Like, I know that Pepsi is sweeter, right? If I'm in for something that's just like crisp and has that cola flavor, I'm going straight for Coke. If I really am in that rare, I want something sweeter mood, I might make that decision for Pepsi.
All right, man. I love that Altman.
Brittany versus Brittany versus Christina.
Beatles versus Stones.
Beatles versus Stones.
I mean that's the Brittany versus Christina thing is a perfect analogy, right? Because you've got one that will do really well, but if you've got two of them that are competing with each other, all they're doing is raising the bar each time they do it. You know what I mean?
Right. Altman just doubles down right now. We're binary creatures, right? So it's this or that. So in the state of, is it yes or no, or is it, which one? Either way, it's yes.
Right.
So just framing humans to be in a position to say yes either way.
That's the trick, bro. And Altman's one of the smartest guys I've ever met, man. He's such a smart, humble dude, man. He runs Amador over there. So if you guys haven't checked it out,
Amador.
Amador's got the best Cuban sandwich
sure.
from here to Tampa, bro.
I'm a sandwich whore, man.
Bro, I'm telling you, like their Cuban sandwich is this big. It's like literally, so it's like this, right?
Fucking ass.
But it's cut this way where you get this long sliver of the perfect bread, the perfect amount of mustard on it. Like, and I lived in Ybor City in Tampa for a couple of years, bro. That's like Cuban Central.
Right.
And their Cuban over here is better than what they're making in Tampa.
Listen.
It's all about the bread content, bro.
I am one of the pickiest humans on the planet. The Cuban sandwich, the burger. Listen.
I haven't had the burger, bro. I'm always going for that Cuban.
You're not getting a better burger in this area.
All right,
it's
so
not
when are we doing
our
our next team building meeting over there?
Right? Yeah.
I'm telling you, everybody here needs to have that burger.
We can slide over there and have a burger.
I'm trying to tell
bro,
you.
that's a good idea. We need to do a team building meeting over there. Like the ambiance over there is fire anyways, man. Like that's when I had the idea of doing the totally killer 90s party here. Like I had the idea of like doing the Latin dancing in there because that place is a perfect spot. It's got enough room so you can still chill at the bar, you can still sit down at the restaurant and sit down in your booth or table, but there's enough room there where they can clear out an area and do salsa dancing or salsa lessons. And it's like, bringing that culture down to the levee, bro. Like when you do these things, like when they did Latin night down at Fountain Square,
right?
Packed, bro. Every Thursday it was slammed.
That was one of my favorite Fountain Square events.
Oh, dude, it's such a happy go thing. It's like salsa music, drinking. I
want to say even 15, 20 years ago they were still doing that.
Yeah,
and my dad takes me out there, and there's just like, I'm like 10, maybe 11 years old, and this cute girl is just like dancing, and all of a sudden she gets like the adults up dancing and like points at me and like gets me up there dancing with her, and it's like, she's just bringing people together, and that's something that where music becomes a universal language, where culture, where just connection becomes a universal language. We all want to feel connected. We all want to feel understood. And Sarah, you're too kind. We appreciate your love.
Yeah,
she
for
said
sure.
Native brand is my favorite brand to wear.
Let's go.
Hell yeah, let's fucking go, family.
And Altman said, shout out to his team, Rock Like Lobster, and Chase and Nature. Dope Diplomatico tasting tomorrow night. All right,
shameless plug.
So what's tomorrow? Tomorrow's Wednesday.
Yeah,
Altman,
I got time.
Yeah, what time is the tasting? And is anybody allowed to be down there? Do you have to have invitation?
Is there a cover? Is this open invite?
Sophia. Oh shit. Sophia's back in the building. I love her, man. She modeled for us a couple times. That girl's got so much fucking style, bro.
Fuck yeah.
She throws me off every time I see her. When she comes in, she's like, I don't know what you want me to wear, so I threw this on. It's just like, just fucking put my T-shirt over everything that you got, and it's perfect. Like all we need is just a T-shirt on you. So shout out to Sophia.
Shout out Sophia.
All right, so no invite. Check Amador Cuban. That's AMDORCUBAN. That's Amador with no E. But
the best thing you can do so you never forget is when you get that moment, just follow that right there.
Oh yeah. I mean, you know what's amazing about the iPhone now, bro, is you can take a photo of a beach, or you can take a photo of a cheeseburger, and if you're trying to look up that cheeseburger, like, you can just type in cheeseburger on your search bar now, and it's going to search your photos for all the cheeseburgers that you took a photo of. Did you know that?
And the location pop up or something?
Yeah, like it'll literally
serious?
like, yeah, bro, like if you go to your search bar of your photos right now, you can type in storm collection, and every single photo that you're wearing that shirt will pull up underneath that. Or if you type in dog, or if you type in beach or water or anything, bro, it's gonna go through your photos, and it's gonna pull everything that thinks is a beach.
That's
beach
crazy.
photos.
And I'll tell you where I first saw this. This was before AI became a topic of conversation, which means that it was already implemented well before it was like a consumer level conversation, right? This is something they had been working on in these technology companies, leveraging it for big business, leveraging it for government. But at that, like, even just, I want to say almost 10, 14 years ago, I was still in high school. And this was back before they had really gotten internet speed at the consumer level affordable, right? If you wanted to have like that good internet, you were paying an extra $20-$30. Now they're all like, we'll give you 300, 500 megabytes per second for $30. You didn't have that luxury, back then. But so when it was slower, one time I opened up Facebook, when in some of its more like earlier stages, and my feed is loading. It's loading really slow. And the alternative text, where like you would either hover or see it underneath an image, like when you hover over an image and a little bubble pops up and it says what the alternate, like what's in that picture. There was AI already analyzing like group of people, and it said most likely in nature, and like the picture was still like loading slow down.
Yeah.
But you could see underneath of that picture was a layer of text underneath the image. It was AI determining what the picture was for your feed.
That's
for
crazy.
data collection to send back to Facebook, and that was 15 years ago.
Right. Speaking of Facebook, bro, I was hoping that we were gonna have Mark Zuckerberg on the podcast today to talk about what he was.
That would have been great.
No, he apologized. He got back to me. He said he'd get with us next week.
Yeah, bro.
Like, sorry for the late response.
So in crazy news, Facebook just got. Where's it at? Let me make sure that I pull up the exact thing.
No, don't apologize, Michael. Thank you. We're probably gonna pop over tomorrow and just say hi and check it out.
Oh, for sure.
And I got to go follow your IG just now.
Let's go, bro.
Michael's the man, bro. He's awesome. Always say hi.
It's
to
a
Michael.
family affair.
Dude, Michael's he's
Always,
that guy,
bro.
man.
Strength in numbers, man.
Yeah, all of.
So if you guys haven't heard, during the 2020 election, during COVID, everything that was happening, Facebook throttled a lot of people's voices.
Oh yeah.
They, if you said anything about COVID-19, it was disinformation. You were pulled off the internet, or your post was deleted or redacted.
They was doing like
between COVID and police brutality, they were just like
taking it all off. Right?
The censorship reached an all-time high.
So Mark Zuckerberg this morning he sent a letter to Jim Jordan, who is the chairman of the Committee of the Judiciary of the United States House of Representatives. So this is what he sent to Jim Jordan. I guess, what time is it? 10:20. I'll just read the whole thing. I appreciate the committee's interest in content moderation on online platforms. As you are aware, Meta has produced thousands of documents as part of your investigation and has made a dozen employees available for transcribed interviews. Further to your cooperation with your investigation, I welcome the opportunity to share with you what I've taken away from this process. There's a lot of talk right now behind the U.S. government interacts with companies like Meta, and I want to be clear about our position. Our platforms are for everyone. We are about promoting speech and helping people connect in a safe and secure way. As a part of this, we regularly hear from governments around the world and others with various concerns around public discourse and public safety. In 2021, senior officials from the Biden administration, including the White House, repeatedly pressured our teams for months to censor COVID-19 content. Including rumors, or including humor and satire, and expressed a lot of frustration with our teams as we didn't agree. Ultimately, it was our decision whether or not to take down the content, and we own our decisions, including COVID-19 related changes we made to our enforcement in the wake of this pressure. I believe that the government pressure was wrong, and I regret that we were not more outspoken about it. I also think we made some choices that, with the benefit of hindsight and new information, wouldn't make it today. Like I said, our team at the time, I feel strongly that we should not compromise our content standards due to pressure from any administration in either direction, and we're ready to push back if something like this happens again. In a separate situation, the FBI warned us about a potential Russian disinformation operation about the Biden family and Burisma. So if you know anything about Burisma, that's the company that hired Hunter Biden at $4 million a year or whatever it was to be a part of their board. And basically to be a part of their board, it was just paying to be a part of the big guy.
Wow.
Where the big guy ended up firing or threatened to fire one of the guys in a legal lawsuit. He basically held money over Burisma's head, saying, if you don't fire this guy, you're not going to get any more money from us. So, and Burisma in the lead of the 2020 election. That fall, when we saw a New York Post story reporting on corruption allegations involving then Democrat presidential nominee Joe Biden's family, we sent that story to fact checkers to review and temporarily demoted it while waiting for the reply. So anybody that posted about the Russian gate, about the Hunter Biden's laptop, Facebook throttled it and took it off the internet. While they were waiting for the reply. It's since been made clear that reporting was not Russian disinformation, and in retrospect, we shouldn't have demoted any of the stories. We've changed our policies and processes to make sure that this does not happen again. For instance, we will no longer temporarily demote things in the U.S. while waiting for fact checkers. So, at the end of it here, this is the last paragraph. Apart from content moderation, I want to address the contributions I made during the last presidential cycle to support electoral infrastructure. The idea was to make sure local election jurisdictions across the country had the resources they needed to help people vote safely during a global pandemic. I made these contributions through the Chain Zuckerberg initiative. They were designed to be nonpartisan, spread across urban, rural, and suburban communities. Still, despite the analysis I've been showing otherwise, I know that some people believe this work benefited one party over the other. My goal is to be neutral and to not play a role one way or another, or not even appear to be playing a role. So I do not plan on making a similar contribution this cycle. Respectfully, Mark Zuckerberg.
Wow.
This is he's fed up, bro.
Yeah.
He's fed up with people telling him what he can and cannot do.
He's played the
with
game
his
long
business.
enough, and he knows that he is one of the biggest decision makers on how influence impacts globally, culture individually, culture collectively and cohesively.
And he isn't so smart with what he's doing, bro. He's not taking sides. He's not saying fuck Democrats. He's not saying
he said, I'm not doing this in either direction anymore.
He's saying I'm not going to be used as a pawn in your game anymore. right? That's what he's saying. He's
he said
like,
initially I was trying to make a good decision for the good of the company, for the good of the government that we work under, for the good of the people that we serve. But we can see that the people in these types of positions, whether it's from a left angle, a right angle, or an independent angle politically, he's saying no more. Like we're not doing that. That's not what this platform was for in the first place.
Right.
That's beautiful. Thanks, Mark. Shout out. I never thought I'd say shout out Mark Zuckerberg in my life.
Right. Shout out Mark Zuckerberg, bro, because like at the end of the day, bro, like he's riding a surfboard. And that surfboard's made of gold, and he didn't realize when he went out into the ocean how much that surfboard's worth, right? But now he's riding this wave, and people are latching onto that board, going, "I want a piece of this.
Yeah.
I want a piece of this. You're way too far out there in the ocean right now. We need to pull you back in. You've got way too much influence. You got way too much, like It's the biggest waiting room in the United States. Facebook is.
Yeah.
It's a waiting room where everybody can talk.
That's amazing.
And it's amazing, bro. It's amazing that you were able to create something like that. And of course, there's going to be people that are going to come in and they're going to say, you gotta stop doing this. You gotta hone this down. Like, this is the reason that this is happening. This is the reason why this is going down. And being a business owner, you're going to look at it and go, okay.
Right, and you're taking in the
get
information you're given at the time.
Downloading it all, bro. You're downloading it all, and then you're just trying to analyze.
And navigate, and as quickly as possible while managing something that is already impacting the globe,
bro,
regardless of those influences
Facebook
and
cannot go down for 3 minutes, because if it goes down for 3 minutes, the entire world is going, what the fuck happened with Facebook?
We're either blaming Mark or we're assuming that the government has already got us in that moment.
Yeah, right.
I think this is big because it tells us that the people aren't in his pockets.
Mm-hmm.
There's some transparency that's happening here, and I think that's a win.
Well, yeah, absolutely. Declaring
win,
himself as somebody who taking accountability for the contributions that he might have made at the time, right? Taking him without necessarily knowing or just going off of that information that he had downloaded at the time. Saying full accountability, I understand, but still what he just did was, even whether he did it then or he doesn't do it again, he's identifying that these are separate entities. Where a lot of people, on the conspiracy theory side of it are just going to assume that, Facebook, Meta, right, is still a part of some sort of puppeteer. And he said, no. I'm a business. I'm a human who cares about people. I'm an individual. These entities are separate, and we're not going to act in accordance with separate entities' agendas.
For sure. And it's owning a company that big, bro. Like, I'm sure he didn't understand. Facebook used to be like you couldn't even get on Facebook unless you had a college email.
I was going to say that, yeah.
Right. Which is,
we came a long way.
We came a long way, bro. And I mean, think about that. Like, it was almost fucking genius because of the fact that you had to be a college student to be a part of Facebook. And then all these people are like, how do I get a college ID? Like, I want to be a part of Facebook. Like, I was a part of that. Like, I already graduated by the time Facebook came around, and I don't have a college ID anymore or a college email. So it's like, how do I get on Facebook?
Yeah.
I had to wait it out until the pendulum swung to the point where they were like, let's open the floodgates. Right. You know what I mean? Our servers are ready. I don't know what the end. It could have been something as simple as that. Like with Mark being as smart as he is, it could have been like, there's no way that we can house 2 million people on one website simultaneously. But if we break it down where it's only 100,000 kids per college, you know what I mean? That's server capability.
Yeah.
But I mean, I don't know. It could have been just one of those things where he didn't. You never understand how big your project is until you start trimming the fat and understanding that, oh, if I did this and if I took this out, if I added this, if I took out the college IDs and just let everybody get in, then all of a sudden I've got grandmas, linking with their grandkids that they don't see.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like
you're opening up communities that aren't bound by the college email. You know what I mean?
and it's almost gotten to the point. I mean, it's gone too far to
It's
the
gone
point
way further
to the point
ever
where
expected it,
he has to throttle what people say because the government is saying she can't say that.
Yeah.
And Zuck's going, she already did.
Right.
And it's free speech. Like this is America, right? Like we're allowed to say how we feel without repercussions. The government's going, but you're an influencer. These things influence things, so you can't make that happen. You know what I mean? Like this could influence the election. This could ruin this presidential candidate.
Could.
You know,
it does. It's affected many dynamics.
Right.
You know
it's
what?
Not even,
it's not just.
You know what affects.
If, but
you know what
when.
affects presidential candidates? The truth. That's the only thing that affects the candidate, bro. And any other.
You don't think they're swayed through the social media though?
No, I mean it's definitely the
truth will set you free, but I think the social media aspect does influence.
It ruins it.
It puts people on the fence one way or the other by
I mean, it's
something shared that's
1,000% happening right now.
Misinformation shared all over the internet.
Bro,
if
I hear Kamala Harris one more time or Tim Walz talk about Project 2025, that shit blows my mind, bro, because that has nothing to do with Trump. That has nothing to do with anybody on the Republican side. That's an elitist group that has no ties to Trump at all. And Trump has come out numerous times saying, not only do I not know about Project 2025, he calls it Project 25. Not only do I not know about it, I'm not even reading it because I heard how bad it is. But still, even yesterday, bro, they're still saying Trump is gonna ruin America with Project 2025. You want to know who put Project 2025 on? The fucking Democrats, bro. When they use the same type font, they use the same dark blue background. It was a genius move for them to put that in there.
It was marketing.
They didn't use Trump's name. They didn't use anything. They used the stars around the Trump name, and then instead of Trump, they put Project 2025, and then instead of Vance, they put a little stars or something underneath it in red to make it look identical to the Trump thing.
Well, you're just going to have that going back and forth at this point, right? Because there's always, like you said, the truth is the truth, but when you've got the ability to just literally, you know, I've watched movies of actors just saying something, and I've like felt anger, I've cried, I've laughed. They were just regurgitating a script. So the same thing can happen on a national and global stage versus just in a movie theater.
But if Heinz and Kellogg are going at it, right? Not Heinz and Kellogg and Post. That's a better example. They're going at it, and Kellogg is saying that Post cereal has arsenic in it, and that you'll die. You're gonna get cancer from the stuff that's inside Post cereal, and Post is going, where'd you get this information at? You know what I mean? Like where's this coming from? And then Kellogg goes, well, this third party here said that you have arsenic in all of your shit, and that you're killing Americans. At what point is that not only disinformation, but is that libel where you're ruining somebody's company on a complete lie?
And exactly, and I mean, at that point, it's really going to be who has the louder voice. Unfortunately,
yeah,
it's not going to be who's got the test results, because the test results are on pieces of paper, and we live in such a digital world where they're like, that's a piece of paper, right? Like anyone can print off a piece of paper. Anybody can type up a report, right? You know, they can forge identification to get you through state lines and countries. They can definitely forge a quick third-party test result. So it's like, who has the louder voice between the two who have the accurate test results and a forged test results, and they're saying the same thing, speaking with the same conviction, with the same passion, because they have rehearsed what they needed to say in the public eye, just, you know, and that's the point where it's, you know, it's up to people being able to read a situation, feel a situation out. but how far is that going to go when you've got the louder voice screaming?
Right.
So you see that translate into a political world, into a social world, whether it's just it's an absolute mess. So to see, just to bring the hook back real quick, to have Mark Zuckerberg stand up and say, you know what, I understand that I was just going off of information I had, but I've gathered enough information for myself to say that, we're not just going to make, a quick and rash biased decision like that, to censor information, because it is so quick that, somebody wants to control the narrative, period. You know?
Yeah. I mean, it's crazy times that we're living in, man. There's, I don't want to get too political right now. This is one of those things where we're just, we're all
riffing, baby. We're riffing.
I mean, we're all living in this moment together, bro. Like in this, like to bring it back to us talking about, all being here and Yam, having this experience that he's having with college. Like there's one thing that I've, within the past 2 months, I've changed my outlook on, and it's like everybody that's here right now, it's a blessing. Like whether you're a friend or a foe, like we are all living on this fucking rock in this amount of time. You know what I mean? Like bro, Yam could have been born in 1900. You know what I mean? But he is born in the 1990s, late 80s, right? 90s. So
90s babies.
I am so happy and thankful for everybody that comes into my life, because it's such a small time on earth, bro. Like we think that like this is our life, like this is our chapter, this is, it's my world and everyone else is just living in it. Like, no, bro, like we are ants on this thing. And the fact that we are all here living in Cincinnati in 2024 together, you know what I mean? Like bro, if you were born 10 years later, if you were born 10 years earlier, like you probably wouldn't be a part of this. Right. Same thing with you. Like there's everything about this situation that we're in. When you find people that you gravitate towards, like bring them in, hug them, and if it doesn't work out, keep them at a distance, but still root for that dude.
You can still love somebody from a distance,
bro. We are all the creators of our own story right now. You know what I mean? And we're all on this planet for such a short fucking time. You know what I mean? Like I thought my dad was going to live forever, bro. You know what I mean? Like you look at your parents and you're like, that's just status quo. Like I can always call mom. I can always call dad. No, the fuck you can't.
You can't, man. Time becomes so precious.
You can't. Bro, if my dad was still here, like this whole thing would be completely different, because
absolutely.
His mindset was he started from the very bottom and worked his way up to the point where he was the top of the food chain in his company. And for me to try to do the clothing line, he would always rip on me, dude. Always. You're going after this brass ring. You're going after this brass ring. I'm like, what the fuck does this even mean, like this brass ring? He's like, the only people that make it in the world are the M&Ms in life, the Dr. Dre's in life, the people that have saw shit. He's like, you haven't seen shit. You've grown up with me in your back pocket, with your mom in your back pocket. You haven't seen a single fucking day of hard struggle. And like I 100% understand and agree with him. Like it's, he talks about this brass ring with this MTV mentality. And this was 20 years ago they was telling me this. And it's like, you don't know what you're talking about. He does know what the fuck he's talking about. He's talking about TikTok right now. He was talking about that 20 years ago. That brass ring is TikTok. That brass ring is all these kids that think that they want to be a social influencer, and that's how they're gonna make their money and how they're gonna raise their kids and all this other shit, bro. It's just there's a point where, you have to understand that like you're not the shit, and you have to stay humble and hustle hard. Like the more that you understand that, the further you're gonna get in life.
Period.
You know, and I so wish that my dad was still here to tell me what's wrong and tell me what's right. You know what I mean? But he's not, and that's my struggle. You know, but that's not going to stop me. I'm not slowing down. I'm just making lefts and rights instead of just a bunch of right moves. You know what I mean? Like I've got to take a couple hits on the chin, without having the knowledge or wisdom of a father figure. But you know, I do know that the team that we've put together, like, it's strength in numbers, man. And when I bounce an idea off of Andrew or when I bounce an idea off of Tyrell, like, it comes back and like Tyrell will tell me, like, I like this better than that. Like, I don't like that idea that you just told me. You know what I mean? And that's brass roots right there. Like, if he doesn't like it, how the fuck is anyone else gonna like it? This is my boy. Like, he's supposed to fall on my side of the fence. You know what I mean? So when he says, like, nah, change it up a little bit, you need to fucking change it up a little bit.
Even though you're king of the castle, right? You know, it's not about that.
I mean, I used to think I was the king of the castle, but like, I can promise you, if Andrew left or if Tyrell left, like, I would be in panic mode. You know what I mean? Trying to fill their shoes because their shoes are a lot bigger than an employee.
Right.
You know what I mean?
It's not retail skills that you know the family we choose here brings to the table. You know?
Right.
It's dedication. It's that lost art of loyalty. It's that willing to have hard conversations and say, you know what? No, I don't like that, and I want to see you win. So I'm not going to fucking sugarcoat it. And to be able to be that person that tells me no. You know what I mean? Like, I look back at my life and I look back at how I handled situations, and most of my life I was arrogant. I was an asshole. I thought I was the shit. Like, had those moments.
You don't get humbled until you get punched in the face and lose your fucking eye. And once you lose your eye, you're like, okay.
Or even you mentioned earlier losing something that's not physical. You know, I lost my mother 3 years ago. Like, being a part of the Dead Parent Club, like, puts you in a different position. You know, it's not just a social media influencer, right?
There's a big hole missing.
You know, and now you're a life influencer. Now you're guiding people who have little holes in their hearts from the things that pull at us through everyday life. You know, with a bigger piece of you missing that can never be replaced, and finding that out and realizing that life is precious each and every second. You know, instead of ending the fucking broadcast 33 minutes ago at a solid 2 hours, we're like, let it ride, because these moments are precious, and we're even getting the gift, the blessing to be able to record. These intimate moments, these cultural moments, these pivotal moments that are internal and external for us as a team and as people, and impacting the world around us. You know,
100%, bro.
Even with the people that are no longer with us, they're right here within us. And so, you know, that's why, you know, when I cheers, sometimes, like, we cheers to, you know, ash, cast, and grass. But sometimes, you know, when people are getting a little bit heartfelt and there's drinks on the table, you know, I say, here's to the people that we've lost and to the people that are here with us right here, right now. You know.
100%, bro.
I feel that when you kind of level your mentality of, like, what you bring to the table and what you're good at and what makes you the king of your castle or the main character of your story, if you remember that your story isn't just you, it takes a village to create a story.
It's not even a story if there's not somebody to read it to.
Exactly.
Right?
Yeah, there's not a story if there isn't the collective in there to help build the story. You know, and, like, I think people miss that because they're like, oh, it's me. I'm doing so many great things.
It's not an autobiography. That's not like.
Yeah, it's not. No, it takes each individual, and then we collectively become, you know, we've become almost one in the sense of, like, we've been through the pandemic, through all the alone time. We were here, you know, when people are at the B by themselves, we were like, oh, we're going to the levee and getting shit done. But, man,
I really wish I would have recorded driving through the parking garage.
Me too.
Because like, that parking garage is all on timers, and during the pandemic, bro, like, we were like when I pulled up, I was the only car in the garage. I was turning on the lights when I was pulling in.
That's so eerie.
and when I was leaving, I was the only one fucking turning on the lights when I was leaving, bro. And, you know, during the pandemic, like, there were no stores in here at all. So the only stores that we had were outside. And the levee,
The market wasn't even set up yet. At that
that
point.
was my store. That had my old furniture in it still at the time during the pandemic. Like there was nothing on that side. There was
Right.
still the Dart Rush was over there.
Yeah, Dart Rush.
But we had, in the levee, dude, like Tim Perry and North American Properties, the people that own this property here, they are godsends, man, because they, we signed that lease March 12th. The pandemic happened on the 17th, and we had a 24-hour lease. So, like, they could have just said, look, pandemic happened, like, got to get out of here. You know what I mean? Like, there was one guy that actually graffitied "fuck native" on the concrete right out in front of the building on a Saturday morning, bro. He wrote "fuck native" on the a homeless guy wrote it, which is blows my mind because we give tons of clothes to homeless people when we're doing that shit, and we do, the coat drives, and we drop off blankets on all the homeless during the wintertime. Like, I was big into that. Like,
That's so dope. I did that with Storm Collection a lot. I didn't necessarily do drives, but like I kept a bunch of clothes in the trunk, and I'd see people out.
Bro,
it's cold. I definitely gave out more of the hoodies and sweatpants than I sold on the humble.
Yeah, like shout out to like Caitlin McCready.
She's great.
Yeah,
she was one of the ones
great.
that, like, when we did the coat drive, like. And she would do the same thing. Like, she would say, "Hey, I'm setting up a coat drive, and I want to just put a big bucket down here in Native where they can just come down here and drop the jackets off."
And that's beautiful.
Yeah, bro, and that's the thing. It's like, especially for us, like, we print clothes that are misprints that we don't want out there in the world, But if we can give those hoodies or T-shirts to the homeless where they can rock it, it's a two-way mirror because You got the homeless guy on 5th Street wearing your clothes all day while he's asking for signatures or whatever, asking for money. But anyways, I digress about it, man. It's one of those things where, like, North American Properties, they saw what we were doing, and they could have shut us out, but instead they said, look, we love what you're doing, double down on it. You've got time to make this store yours, so do what you want. And, like, even today, like, Tim Perry was here today. He's from Atlanta. He doesn't even live here. But Tim Perry was in the store today, and I wanted to show him the lab because we're redoing the lab right now. And he sees everything that we do online. He sees the post, and I think one of his favorite things are the virtualclothingstore.com, which is it's a virtual tour of our old store. So you can throw on, like, 3D glasses and walk through that motherfucker.
The one that I had actually met you at that was outdoors?
Yeah.
Oh, that is so
Yeah, you can go
cool.
to the virtualclothingstore.com, and you can walk through that motherfucker and see all of our old...
Wait, still today you keep that active?
Right now.
Yeah, you can go there now.
Right now.
That's so fucking cool.
Yeah, we're going to update it for this store, but we want to make sure that we've got all the clothes on the shelves that we need.
Our hat rack full again. You know I'm a hat guy, Jay.
Full.
I need those hats.
Yeah, bro. I'm telling you, man, like there's moves and there's levels to making everything happen, bro. And it's really tough, man, because
prioritizing that journey.
I mean, the only time we make money are on Saturdays and Sundays. Like Monday through Friday, like we're just getting by. Friday and Saturday and Sunday is when everything flies out of here, and then Monday is payday. So Monday is like, okay, how do we get everything out? How do I buy the blank T-shirts for this week? How do I buy, the ink and the printer?
Right.
We usually go through 2 inks a week. That's $500 right there.
Bang.
So $500 every Monday. Just
those like cigarette cartons of ink.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is. Yeah. Yeah, it's an old cart. Yeah. But $240 each per cart. We buy 2 of them a week. That's not including the clothes, and we usually minimum buy $200 in clothes a week. So you're looking at $700 a week just in clothes. That's not just running the store. You know what I mean? We got to spend $275 a month just in trash.
And
we take the trash out once a month, bro, and we're paying a Mercedes note to fucking get it out of here.
It's true, but it is the expenses of running a business. You know what I mean? We are just having to get more creative, having to think on our feet more, having to be prepared for more expenses that come out that we didn't see coming. And that's why we're here. We're here to overcome, such, extenuation circumstances because, the pandemic, the supply chain still exists.
It was crazy.
The economy is insane. So, making sure that we are able to stay forward thinking, all while staying true to the brand, all while making sure the people that are a part of the brand come back and get the same quality of clothing every time. All those things simultaneously make us who we are, and I'm proud of who we are. I'm proud of what we've done, and I see the overcome. I see the mountain that we've climbed, and we're not even at the top. But I do know, I feel that our journey, though still getting started, is solidified, and we're baseline in this city, man. We got Clothing Store of the Year 2024, not by accident, not by happenstance, but by sheer effort and
hard work, bro.
Resilience. You know what I mean?
Resilience. That's the
Resilience.
best word about it.
Resilience, man. So
I think that's definitely the perfect word. If there's any theme for the collection of people that you have, including myself, Tyrell, Yaman, even Lindsay Lou listening in right now, this is resilience right here at its finest. No matter what has come our way, and no matter what lens you've had to look that through, right? Because, like, my loss of my mom, like, she was, like, I'm not trying to get all heavy, but, like, she went through dope and mental health, right? Like, she wasn't that solid voice of reason. She was somebody that I was thinking I would have time for, right? Later, to help more as our dreams unlock, right? So, and you had that voice of reason, didn't understand it.
Right.
And then by the time you did, you didn't necessarily have enough time to be like, let me show you.
Yeah.
Let me show you how you helped and also how I know you were right and how I know you were wrong.
Right.
And that's the thing. So to be resilient, right? No matter how much time we have left, right? We just know we're here and we're making the most of that time. We're making the most of that. You can't,
let me ask you something. Do you feel like your mom's still around? Do you feel like she's still guiding you and right and left?
Absolutely, and it's funny. You ever seen in the movies, right? Let's talk movies real quick. I'm gonna answer yes in short, and I'll follow up after this preface. But in the movies, when somebody who hasn't quite moved on in every aspect of their being, and they're in limbo, and they start to get close to their loved one starts to feel more pain. Mm-hmm. So that ghost, that piece of them that hasn't moved on, has to like draw back a little bit, because as they come close, like I've experienced that in real life. Like I experienced, my mom coming through the veil in dreams or coming through my voice. Not everybody hears dialogue in their head when they talk to themselves, but I'm one of those people who I hear my dialogue. Right, and
I thought everybody lived like that, bro. Like Kaylin was like she was reading something. She was
Me too.
She was like, "Do you talk to yourself in your head?" I'm like, "I'm fucking doing it right now."
Right now, right as we're
literally
talking.
like 24 hours a day.
And there's a third or fourth party that we're like, "Shut up! I'm trying to hear."
I'm my best friend. Yeah, we have talks all day, bro.
Sometimes I gotta check myself. I'm like yelling at, we arguing with each other sometimes to make sure that I do the right thing.
I said it earlier today. I said, "Fucking, are you kidding me, Jay?
Are you kidding me, Jay?"
I said it was in there.
I thought I was
putting that brick on the wall. Yeah, bro.
But some people don't think like that at all. Some of them think in like images, right? Some of them think in color. Mm-hmm. They don't think in dialogue. But yeah, no. To digress, I believe that my understanding. I won't just say I believe because my beliefs will change as my understanding changes at times, right?
As it should.
As it should. That's the ever evolving.
And if it doesn't, then you're not learning.
That part. But yes, I do believe that our parents are still with us. There's a space and time and a special part of them that they instilled within us, whether they were there every day or they were there once a month or once a year. There was, we talk about having such a short time. There's images of ourselves, and that's the best word that I can use for it from my spiritual studies. But we won't go that route right this second. I do believe that, there are moments where it's not just us talking to ourselves. It's that imprint, spiritually, cosmically, and in its own way, scientifically, that exists still there, and they definitely are with us internally. And then there's we can do a paranormal podcast another time.
I'm here for it.
And talk about what
Yes,
what's
please.
around us. So
Let's do it.
I will answer that I believe that our parents are within us in a space and time in that regard. As far as paranormal and what's around us, let's have a whole nother podcast on it.
Right. We were just talking about that too, man. I've got the other store where we did the first and second season of the podcast. I've got a storefront window that's sitting right there on what do I live on? I live on 6th Avenue.
Fairfield.
Yeah. I live on
The Avenue.
I live
Jay,
on.
I'm used to old Kentucky. We could smoke inside.
You know what? I see how you're working, bro. You're like, it's 10:56. We're gonna close at 11. I'm about to smoke this cig. Let's go. But yeah.
cigarettes are way down.
So we've got I've got the original store over there in Dayton. That I started the brand out of. It's got all my sports memorabilia in there. The store still looks dope, but there's a storefront window where it's a Kentucky State Highway right in front of the building, and there's a actually maybe I will bring up the slider thing right before we close.
The slider.
But so I really had this idea of doing a podcast right in that front window where people can walk by and they will be as far as that native logo is right there to you guys, where they can walk up and they can see both of you doing your podcast in the front window with the whole background just black. I really want it to be like a dark, it doesn't have to be staged. You know what I mean? Just one light in front of everybody and a good story. You know what I mean? And then
Absolutely.
And honestly,
And that's going to put the
we
focus
might-
on it.
Look, let's leave that 2 channel down there because I've got another idea to do a podcast in the back. So I've got like a 15 by 20 backyard, not big, privacy fence, fake grass, fire pit, and I really want to tell stories over the fire pit. I really
Yes.
think that's where stories need to be told, is over something like that.
Right, because we can talk entertainment, we can talk sports, we can talk politics, and sometimes those realms can overlap very well. But getting down to the fact that what people really want and need is the authenticity of the human condition and of the human experience and of the spiritual experience of experiencing being human.
Check this out. You'll love this.
Getting
So
right. It's gotta be about the story.
my idea of the podcast over the fire pit in the
Yes.
backyard is a what do we call it? Last call. Last call with the bartenders. So it would be a host that's there all the time, and then they'll bring on other bartenders, and it'll be like a Monday night, like fire pit. You're just out there drinking, but it's talking about the
Lindsay's
drama.
giving me this look
or
because I'm a
How
bartender.
good is
She's
that?
She's giving me a look because I'm a bartender and trained her how to bartend.
I mean, it's perfect, bro, because like the bartending horror stories, told
Oh,
over
God.
a fire pit at 2:00 in the morning is incredible.
Yeah.
Imagine starting it at 3:30 in the morning when you really get out of work, and then doing a podcast in the backyard till the sun rises.
Stop.
You know what I mean?
Imagine it. You mean talk about my lifestyle with microphones around it?
Just record it, yeah.
You mean my lifestyle with some
I
microphones?
mean, I literally heard you talking about
We could have been doing that.
sunrise
We
this
got
morning.
seasons for you.
Hey,
Right.
Lantana in the building.
Lantana in the building. All
Hey,
right,
Lantana
this
Easy.
is
What's up, baby? It's John G.
Lantana, bro. Listen real quick, because I wanted to talk
Cincinnati
about this.
goat. Legend, baby.
Look,
The hyena.
we're talking about sliders earlier.
Yes.
SLI, capital letters, DERS, right? Slider. But SIL or SLI for sliders is the oh, bro, I should have planned this out. Oh, I got it written right here.
You got this, yeah.
All right, Lantana. I got a video on my phone of when we did the Lantana's podcast episode at my house, and we were out in front of the house. It was me, him, and Eli, who was the producer of the podcast, And afterwards, we had this great conversation. We had the great podcast. We had all this energy going right out in front of the house, and we were talking about doing the What If podcast with Lantana. Lantana is a huge conspiracy theorist.
Okay, so he would be perfect for the one we were just talking about, the fire pit stories too.
Oh, for sure, bro.
Fuck.
For sure. But there was I wasn't going to bring this up, but I need to show it now that Lantana's here because
we used to like in college when I was hooping, we used to like do drills and stuff, and his music could be playing.
Oh, really?
Yeah, dead ass.
Yeah, bro.
Same.
He's a G, man. Like not only is Lantana like phenomenal at what he does.
I am a fan of his artwork too.
My teammates put me on.
Bro, he is.
Shout out Ryan Green.
He is such a good.
Rosso in the building.
He is such a good human being, man. Like he's been through the mud. He's I feel like he's been born in muddy waters. You know what I mean? Like he was born in muddy waters where he knows how it is and knows how to get out of it. And he's at that point where, he knows how to be happy and humble and keep his shit moving, bro.
100%. Lantana, if you're still with us, drop a comment, say what up, brother.
Damn, man. I sprung this on you guys. Now I'm not gonna be able to find that video
of the lights above our heads.
Yeah.
So sliders. I didn't know there was a terminology for it.
All right, so I'll go ahead and I'll start explaining it while I'm looking for this video. So sliders, SLIDERS. That is here it is. It's have you ever been driving down the road and a street lamp turns off as you drive past it, or a street light pops on as you drive past it? Like it happens to me. It happens probably 2 to 3 times a week.
A week,
right? Yeah, and it's not the same. It's not the same lamp. It's not like, oh, this bitch is just on the fritz.
And you notice like you're not looking for it. It catches you.
Right.
You're like, shit, I did it again. Like.
So there's a there's a name for it. It's called sliders, and SLIDERS, and SLI is capitalized for street light interference. And this is a real thing where your energy is draining the lights that are around you. And I've got literally a surveillance video of me, Lantana, and Eli standing right outside of Lantana's car outside my podcast at my house. And we were talking about the What If podcast on wanting to do the conspiracy theory stuff. And right before this shit happens, I tell Lantana, I'm like, bro, you got to go. Like, there's too much energy right here, right now. You got to get out of here. And the second that he closes his door to his car, the street light blows. Bang. It blows, bro. It's like the entire, it looks like somebody shut off the sun. In this video, it is insane.
Now these are real phenomena, like real energetic phenomena manifesting themselves in our physical world. So a lot of times people are like, "Oh, well, if you can't, if I didn't see it, it's not real." It's like, dude, that's not how energy works. In fact, our science knows that we can't see every bit of energy all around us. That's why we have all these tools. But if you could have had some sort of device, you got this on film.
I got it on film.
You got this on film.
So look, this is. I'll go ahead now. I'll just play the whole sound, and then I'll play you the.
All right. Yeah, man. Who do the edit? Shredword. Our boy Ed Group, we're both tagging everything.
And before you drop, man, do an Instagram. Send me the link and let's drop it. Let's drop it out for that to be either tease it or just promote it anyway, just to bring people to it.
We can tell him, say for like a 30-second clip of something like.
Tell him like a 30. Tell him like 2 or 3 different 30s.
Something catchy.
Two or three different 30s when we were talking about Rick and Morty, the aliens, and the pyramids.
Everybody like.
I'm telling you again, like when I'm promoting the pyramids, it's gonna bring people to it. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
Can you see how the street's lit? Boom. He closed the door.
and the lights cut out.
Yo, I thought.
Yo, and I was listening to that conversation. You know what I'm saying? You're like listening to conversation, and then you just see everything come to a close.
I thought something crazy happened that didn't look real. It don't make sense.
Like, how insane is that? All right, so I'm a.
It's not insane to me, man. I'm one of those people who's like, this is like, at this point, this is like what it is. This is where people need to be. Is just on the level of like recognizing these phenomenon as a part of what is happening when we impact the world around us. And Lantana vibrate higher than a motherfucker. What you expect?
Bro, wait, that shit was crazy, bro. All right, so do me a favor and watch this, and then when he closes his door, tell them what's going on about the street light. Right. Okay.
So they're wrapping up their conversation.
What a view.
Street light, super bright.
Look at
Bang,
bright.
the street light
boom,
super boom.
Dark.
All of a sudden, as soon
Look
as
at that.
as soon as
That's
Lantana closes the door, street
Energy
light, the street light cuts
transfer.
It literally transferred, bro. Like
Energy transfer in real time.
There was so much energy
Crazy.
coming off of that podcast that we blew the street light right out in front of our house. How crazy is that, bro? And we'll call it. So the three of us, me, Eli, and Lantana, were sliders, bro.
Sliders.
Official sliders.
That's an interesting term.
sliders.
This is no White
I like.
Castle.
Listen, man, I'm a connector.
This ain't no
but I'm
White
a
Castle
slide. Now I'm a
slider.
slider. You've been calling me a connector. I'm a slider now.
So your energy. Well, connectors are just people that are able to recognize when something makes sense to connect with something else. So basically, you're just putting these two energies together. I guess it is the same thing. You know what I mean? Like, it really comes down. You're basically putting two electrical units, one from this end, one from that end, and connecting you to art to business, or e-commerce to your website, whatever you need done. You know what I mean? Like connecting things. So people are connected much the same. And that situation is just energy. Lights out. Lights out.
It's crazy. And the fact that I got it on camera, too, is insane.
Insane.
Because the story itself would be dope. But the
Right.
fact that I got it on camera, and the second that he closes, the second the conversation ends, all right, bro, closes the door, boom, light, street light, bro. It's not like I turned the lights off in the house.
Right.
Like the entire street light said, I can't do it anymore.
Right. Too much.
Too much. Gone. Bro, man, I'm telling you, bro, there's something bigger out there that we're not aware of, or that they've
But we're aware of it now. We just don't understand it.
Right.
We're aware. We're with it.
We're
It's
the
just-
aliens. We're
are the
100% the aliens, bro.
They say that we're like the DNA of the Anunnaki. Like we're the aliens from the start. We were DNA put into.
I believe that.
Sure.
I believe
Yeah.
we're 30% alien, 70% Neanderthal.
Just to kind of
Ape.
and you know,
chimpanzee.
I did say I wasn't going to take it the spiritual route, but I'm definitely going to do it real quick because this ties together here. You know, when I was studying Falun Dafa, the teacher Lehungja talks about a lot of different spiritual and religious leaders over time, and one that is, you know, pertinent since Falun Dafa is like one of 84,000 Buddhist cultivation paths, but then there's 12 sections of the religion. And Buddha Sakyamuni, he's the big guy, right? Everybody, you know, you hear the word Buddha, you think of the big-eared, you know, big guy chilling, right? And he's laughing a lot of times. He's smiling. Damn it, I just lost my train of thought. Oh, yeah.
Multiple Buddhas,
right? And multiple levels to it. And, you know, you mentioned Enoch. Then there's the Akashi, right? Then there's Christ consciousness. Then there's Buddha nature, right? So at the end of the day, there's just still levels to it. And we are all, and it doesn't necessarily mean that we are all one. So I remember what I was saying now. The principle of 1,000 grains of sand, and that what Buddha Sakyamuni was saying is that in this world right here we have beaches, and on these beaches are grains of sand. and in each singular grain of sand is 1,000 worlds. Right? So, and now in each and every one of those worlds, there must be planets. Some of those planets have beaches, and on those beaches are thousands of grains of sand, and in each of those grains of sands is contained thousands of worlds. And that's just touching on the endlessness, the boundlessness,
Yeah.
right? And from which and where we come from. And again, we all still somehow landed through all of these micro and macrocosms right here in the greater Cincinnati area, in the melting pot of melting pots of the Midwest, where one of the largest globalized companies, Procter & Gamble, who put you on top of that, who
Shout
fucked
out
with you,
Dinsmore.
shout out
Yeah.
it. Like, they brought, you know what I'm saying, showed you love and said, you know what, this is, we're not just a global company, we're also right here, we're with the people in a way.
Oh yeah.
And so it all ties together.
It does tie together.
Dinsmore is a big reason why I'm here, man. Procter and Gamble was Procter and Gamble is the reason why I'm here, but without them, Dinsmore is the Reds law firm, and they were the ones that helped me trademark the word native and then trademark all area codes and apparel, bro. So
that's incredible.
Yeah, man. I can't be happier with being here in Cincinnati, bro. I don't know, it would have been a struggle to start a clothing line in Cincinnati, in Chicago. But at the same time, I feel like everybody my age in Chicago are hit makers, bro. You know what I mean? Like Chance the Rapper, Kanye, Oprah's older than I am. Fucking Obama, he's older than I am. But like, there's something about that Chicago mentality that just like brings people out of the muck, and puts them in the spotlight. Like I've been through it. You know what I mean? Like we've all been there, bro.
If you know, you know. And I think the Chicago mentality runs deep from when you start. So as you come up through, the youth,
especially
age,
youth in the 90s in
like
Chicago is crazy.
when you're coming up and you're seeing everything going on, your brain is taking it all in that environment and that culture, you're gonna take something far, and then you move it to a city like Cincinnati where it's not quite that, but it tries to be on the come up, and it does on the come up, but it's not on the level of like a major city on like a Chicago, New York.
Chicago doesn't give a fuck about the people around them. There's so many people there. It's hard to stand out.
Exactly, to stand out takes that level of effort, and when you come to a city like this where standing out is a little easier than that, then you stand above the rest like it's nobody's business, because standing above the rest there is like that's a crapshoot.
I mean,
it's hard. It's hard. It's a big city, man.
That Double XL magazine for me is fucking crazy, right? Like, when you're looking at the freshman year of clothing for Chicago, like me and Kanye are we're the same age. You know what I mean? With the same schools and played the same. Our basketball teams played each other. You know what I mean? Like there's levels to the entire thing, bro. And it's crazy to see that, Chicago just has these killers, bro, that just come out of it. And it's like, I do think that if I started the brand in Chicago, I still think that we'd be one of the tops. I don't know if we would be at the top of the food chain. If we were able to open a store there, and if we were able to open this store in Chicago, we would be at the top of the food chain.
This would crush.
We would murder it.
We just have a lot of walking traffic.
Well, but that's the thing. It's like, the I don't know what the price of rental is out there, but I'm sure it's maybe it is the same price as what we're paying here at the Levee. You know what I mean? But at the same time, it's like, you've got to put it out there, bro. You've got to try, and if not, then you're gonna fall flat on your face, and you're always gonna wonder, what if I would have started? What if I would have tried it?
What if I would have? What if I wouldn't have done this? I don't live.
Regrets.
No regrets. Don't live in the regret. Live in how you can do better going forward.
Going forward.
Going forward.
Say going forward one more time for me.
I said going forward. If you move forward at a pace that's comfortable for you. Hi, Lindsay. How are you?
Oh shit, my aunt's over here saying open a store in Chicago. At least we'll put the
the hat vending machine out there, right?
It's coming. It's coming. So yeah. So that's my Aunt Teresa. She's incredible, man.
Shout out Auntie Teresa.
That's you know who that is. That's Rizzo's mom. So better Rizzo. So
hey, what's up?
My cousin is one of the Jake Paul guys. So like Jake Paul's got his own little like crew.
Oh yeah.
And one of my cousins is like one of the guys on the Better apps, and that's his mom checking in right now.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, bro.
Well, appreciate you, Auntie Teresa, for even rocking with the stream. Hell yeah.
Right? Yeah, I mean that's what I'm saying, man. What time is it? It's 10:15. She should be in bed by now.
Shit. It's 11.
It's 11.
Yeah, it's 10:15 in Chicago. Yeah. No, I wish it was 10:15, bro. My wife just texted me and said she's going to bed.
Well, you know,
it's like, damn, I was gonna try to I was trying to get home.
You mentioned the doghouse earlier.
Well, you know, the past two podcasts, I'd like, even if we ended early, like somehow I end up getting home like after midnight, and it's like, how did this happen, bro? Like, did I just cross a time loop, like getting back to the crib?
There is a bit of a time warp right here on the levee, right? And there's.
Time here works very differently because when you're in the store, when you're in this environment,
flies, bro.
It flies.
It's just gone.
It doesn't even. It just isn't. I try to explain to people, like, when you get into the environment here, keep in mind that time is gonna go. It's gonna go very like.
The way you experience it and the way it's happening are going to be two different things.
Because we aren't in a casino. We're not in a casino, but it has that vibe because you're not really by the door. You're away from it. You can see the door from a distance, but it really out of sight, out of mind when you're in the moment here. And before you know,
that's a whole nother conversation for the psyche there, right there.
Just because you're out of this. You can say it in the camera. I got you right here.
Just the mic right there.
Like drinking lotus juice in Greek mythology.
Elaborate.
So, in Greek mythology, when there's a story about when you're given juice from the lotus flower, it tricks you into staying wherever you are longer. And you think you're only there for a couple hours, but you might have been there for days or weeks. And it's a spell to get you to stay so they can feed like off of your energy. But it's like the energy here is the exact opposite, but it's like that same effect of like the lotus flower where it's like you're drinking you just stay.
You just stay.
You're just here.
You're just here. And I feel that definitely represents what happens inside of Native on the Levee and being here on the Levee.
I was going to say just within the levee and then within Native on the Levee itself is an entire different time warp specifically for experience and connection.
Connection, and also the level of creativity and motivation that comes from within the four walls. It basically snowballs itself. It creates on top of creation. And I think that part is something I haven't been able to pinpoint what it is, but it exists, and I've experienced it here. And yeah, it might have helped that we designed the store to be a place where we feel the most at home and the most creative. But you have to execute. You have to actually do the shit, and we are doing the shit. But it's also creating more creativity. It's breeding it within the four walls, and it's
just playing our role, being that energy, right? Like looking at it on a cellular level, right? Just being that energy and flowing through and putting that out there wherever we go.
Yeah, I mean, I've been here pretty late sometimes, and I see people walking by and they wave. And they don't even think it's weird that we're the only one open. You know what I mean? Like literally, right now we're the only thing on the levee that is open. You can't really see anything behind me, but we're the only thing that's open.
And not necessarily offering something that like sustains life, right? Like T-shirts are a luxury in their own right, but the energy, right, and that sense of like we're here. This is where we're supposed to be.
We're the last thing somebody needs. Yeah, they need clothing on their back, but they could find a more affordable option. We're not something needs. So when we're not a need, but we create a demand by whether it's FOMO or whether it's just the idea of wanting to be a part of the tribe of some degree and be a supporter. We do have a lane, and we do have, a very like amazing group of people that come in on the regular and visit us. I mean, I've said on the podcast, but 30, 40, 50 people a week at least come and say hi to me. Just come to the store to just say what's up, not to purchase anything. I'm not expecting anything to be purchased. I'm not expecting them to even be what quote unquote a customer. They're just a friend or somebody that I respect. Maybe they respect me. They're wanting to learn something, or I want to learn something from them. We're getting something from each other, and so many times every single week, it's a constant thing. And it doesn't have to be a weekend. We're talking when I'm here on a Monday night, I'll have people come in and say what's up. I'll have people come in on a Wednesday to see Charlie and say what's up when she's stopping by the store and when she's at the store. But I just think it's amazing.
So I'm texting Lantana, bro. I just sent him the video.
I think it's amazing the community. Oh yeah, what is he saying? Let's talk about Lantana for sure. The homie. I want to get him on to be on the stage. I've been trying, man.
Yeah, no, like
I'd love to get him on, man.
Lantana, if you're still with us, you got to holler back at Andrew for sure.
Yeah, I've been trying, man. It's a long thing. But
bro, he's the shit, bro. Like, he is so good at what he does, and he wears his heart on his sleeve. You know what I mean? And
he's got that authentic Cincinnati native vibe about him. You know?
Oh, for sure, bro. Like, you know what? You know the best part of Lantana is, so the first and second season of the podcast, like my co-host was Santino, right? Santino Corleone.
Shout out Santino Corleone.
Yeah, bro. Like,
family all day.
I love Santino, bro. I still love him. Like him and I, like we had a falling out, but I still love that guy with all my heart. And
what's a falling out really look like when it's two, you know what I'm saying, two grown men who evolve and grow anyways?
It's just one person getting sick of just putting his foot down when he's tired of being used. You know what I mean? Like, it's nothing other. There's no animosity. I mean, we were gonna fist fight each other that morning.
We're boys.
You know what I mean? Like
that text message was crazy. I was in the text.
Yeah, we were literally gonna duke it out, like at the levee, not at the levee, but down there over by Hooters.
Hooters, yeah.
I feel like the most intense fist fights I've been in was also with people that I'll go grab a beer with you.
Yeah,
after
for sure.
we duke that shit out.
For sure. But you know, there was one of those things, man, where it's just like it was.
You beat me up.
It's just you got to put your foot down at some point, and people get mad when you stop letting them use you. You know what I mean? And that's all it came down
100%,
to.
100%.
But Lantana, Lantana and Santino have beef too, and so we were interviewing Lantana on our podcast, and that day, Santino couldn't make it. You know what I mean? Like, oh, car trouble's not gonna be able to make it, and so the second that Lantana came down, he's like, "Yo, where's Santino?" And I'm like, "Oh, he's
if
got."
Lantana can make it to Sway on the Morning and to the Native Podcast, I don't want no excuses.
Right. Well, and he was just like Lantana was just like, "Yo, where's Santino at?" I'm like, "Oh, he can't make it. He's got car trouble." He's like, "Bro, text him and tell his bitch ass to get down here and interview me." You know what I mean? It was like when he said that, I was like, "This is what I'm talking about, bro. Like this is the type of people that you need in your corner. Like the type of person that says like." You know, like we've all touched stardom. We've all tasted what that feels like, right? And then we settle back down, and it's like let's all stay humble, bro. Like I can't expect everybody to wear native 7 days a week, just like an artist can't expect you to listen to Lantana 7 days a week. You know what I mean? Like 24 hours a day. Like there's other music to be heard, and I don't expect you to listen to my music 24 hours a day. Keep it in rotation. Keep my clothes in rotation.
We treat it like a village. We won't even have that problem.
Right.
You know?
Yeah, bro. And that's the thing, man. Like Lantana's got that mindset where, you know, he's humble for everything that he's had. He's humble for everything that he's gonna get. You know, he's that type of dude that he knows that his time is gonna come again. You know, just keep putting out good shit. Just keep putting out good content. Keep being a good person, and it's gonna happen. You know, the more bridges you burn, the harder it is to fucking walk across that fucking, you know, gap. You know what I mean? So.
And people can't get short-sighted, you know? People can get short-sighted and think, oh, you know, there's other bridges to walk off, there's other waters, but you're going to have to come back to those waters, right? Like life.
For sure.
Life, you know, life is a rotation.
Yeah.
Right? You know, we mentioned symbolism a few times today, including the lotus flower and stories around it. But think like the flower of life, right? Like the circles that are all wrapped in one circle, and we're all just kind of traveling around these circles. They overlap, they interconnect, and they circle back around. So, you know, definitely do your best to put the good out while you're there, and you can see what happens to artists, and you can see what happens to personal brands on that same note when people aren't looking at what can we do together. Right? Like, what can we do for each other? Even if we don't agree. In fact, in certain moments, especially when we disagree on something, what good can come out of that if we still just show up?
That's it,
and
bro.
Work through it.
Just show up, man.
Show up for ourselves, for each other.
100%. That's a great way to end the podcast, bro. All right, Yam, if anybody wants to work with you on music, if they want to hear your music, where are they going to find it?
It's on all DSPs, you know, Spotify, Pandora, Apple Music,
Look,
YouTube.
he's saying DSPs like the world knows what DSP is.
Yeah, like they're hip to his lingo. What's up?
You're a music nerd now, you know.
Yeah, bro.
Digital streaming platforms.
All
Hey,
digital
DSP.
streaming platforms.
Kick and Flame coming out soon.
Kick and Flame.
Coming out soon. When's soon?
So,
give us an
my
estimation.
birthday.
Your birthday.
Yeah, my birthday
all right.
on the 24th of September.
So it's
September
coming out real
24th,
soon.
your birthday. Kicking Heat's coming out.
24.
Kick and Flame.
Kick and Flame.
Yeah, Kick and Flame. Feel me?
All right, John G, where are they going to get a hold of you at? If somebody wants to get a beer, they can find you down at
Well, I'm over at Fuel Lounge, all right, a couple nights a week, but right here and right now, it's more than just finding a drink, right? You know, because Andrew always describes me a connector. So you can follow me on Levium Sounds, Levium Sounds. I'll be releasing more electronic music thanks to Andrew and the platforms that we've created together and that he set out for us. I'll be releasing more hip-hop over the next year. So you can find me on Jonsious Thoughts. That's JONSCIOUS Thoughts. And if I can do just one more last plug, shout out, thank you so much, Native Brandon. Thank you so much, Andrew, for starting Beyond the Stage Live with me and Mike. This is amazing. This is what it takes. We're tying the lifeboats together now in this big ocean. So
right, that's a good analogy, man. All right, BTS. So you got Deuces October 24th.
Yes,
All
we'll
right.
announce the September artists, September plans. There's been a shift, but we're gonna announce those hopefully by September 1st. We've already announced Deuces, and we will.
You're on there.
Yeah, but we will announce Deuces sooner than. Well, we've already announced Deuces, but we're ready for the Deuces now.
we're ready for Deuces.
I'm ready for Deuces. I could do it next week. Let's go.
Right.
But yeah, there we are. But yeah, I'm ready for Deuces. I'm ready to see what he brings to the table that night. We're gonna get really creative. But the rest of the year's gonna be so much fun, man. November, December, it's gonna be a great time. We got and then in November we're announcing we're gonna release the beginning of a new interview series, and that's gonna be exciting.
I gotta try to get Josh Hogue down here to do one of these Beyond the Stages. Josh Hogue's the guy that writes all of Kane Brown's music. He's got Grammys, bro.
That would be
and
amazing.
he's a good friend. I've known him for a lifetime, bro. He's been talking about trying to get up here, and he just wants to cash out in the store. But we should try to link it up where he can get him a gig down there.
Yeah.
I think that'd be dope.
I could definitely make that happen. We're excited for the future, and we'll see. But September 26th will be the next Beyond the Stage. So we'll got to get through September, and then we're gonna do a lot of some sponsorship work. So excited for what's coming. But yeah. Beyond the Stage Live, we've achieved a whole year. That's exciting.
Congratulations, bro. All right, man. I think this is going to wrap up episode 230.
That's wild.
230
of the PowWow. And we're just getting started, bro. We're just getting started. Let's go.
By the time we come back next week, my Charlie will be 5 years old. Her birthday is on the 30th.
Oh, my gosh.
So very excited for her birthday. We got a lot. Her bedroom
Speaking
has
of precious
been changed.
moments
There's
and
a lot
how
of work.
fast time goes by.
Those
man.
are good moments, man.
It's gonna be great.
It's gonna
Tomorrow-
go quick, bro.
Tomorrow she's gonna see it and she's gonna have a little.
That's
Charlie.
amazing.
Aslan went from being a little girl to a little mini version of Kaylin in a blink of an eye, bro.
Yeah, my Violet.
Hang
Violet
on
just
to it, bro.
turned-
Hang on
yeah.
to it. And I know with you, at least you're taking as many photos and videos as you can.
Take all the photos.
I think he's the very first person to ever fill up his Snapchat folder where he can't take any more photos on Snapchat.
True, there is a memory.
You've maxed out your
have.
Snapchat
Maxed
cloud.
out Snap
I have.
Cloud.
Maxed out the cloud.
Yeah, they're literally like, you're going to have to get a new account or delete everything you got.
I do have another account of the Andrew Native one.
All right.
I do have one there, but yeah, I have. Snap it's a great thing I use it as kind of a journal, so there's a lot to that. But yeah.
All right, man. I appreciate you guys. River Green Cocktails. We need some more cocktails in here. I know you guys. It's my fault. You guys told me to reach out to you to stock up the store, and we've been drinking red wine for the past 2 weeks. So
next week we're gonna get some bees knees again.
get some bees knees in here. Let's
That
go,
shit had
man.
me wet the first time you had me on this podcast.
One of the best
Quick,
drinks.
bro. It happens
gets you
quick.
It'll get you quick. Shout out River Green.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah.
Cocktails. Hey.
All right, so we'll
man.
see you next week.
Yeah, I appreciate you for tuning in. We got more people joining in right now.
Oh man.
All right,
Oh,
I
shit.
appreciate
Thank you.
you guys. Go ahead and scroll back. We got about 2.5 hours of good footage here that you guys can listen to.
Oh, we're like 3.5 hours.
3.5. All right, fuck it. Let's go. See, time flies when you're having fun.
It's a great powwow. Great.
All right,
great
man. I
powwow.
love you guys. We'll see you next week on another episode of the PowWow. We don't have anybody on the list just as of next week yet.
No, but we will be.
Might be a
pushing
Bengals player. We're gonna try to find one. We got a couple on the list that do want to talk, but Tuesdays are their only day off. So that's one of those things where we got to try.
It's
to
so close
squeeze
to
it
the
in.
season, which is about to be huge.
Let's
Huge.
go.
Let's fucking
Hooday.
go. Hooday.
Yeah. All right, everybody. We'll see you next week.
See you
It's
next
your boy
week for the
Jay
powwow.
Banks,
Thank you so
AI.
much.
We out.
Ty-
Yeah.
Tyrell.
Where's
John-
Tyrell at? Where's Tyrell go?
I have no idea.
He's pooping.
You probably went to
Right.
the bathroom.
All right, man. Love you guys. We'll see you next week. Come on down here. We're fully stocked with a bunch of orange Bengals gear for you guys. Because week 1, all orange. Bengals don't want anything but orange. So don't bring some white shit down with some orange colors. They want orange T-shirts, and we've got them. Let's go. With
Slim
good
Shicey.
logos on.
All right, y'all.
All right. See you next week.
Peace.
We out.
We out.
Oh.